Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we have a special guest on the show, good buddy of ours, Cole, co-host of the former Bros Beard Sports podcast that he and I ran a couple years ago. Kind of the inspiration for Garage Talk Sports, wanted to revive our podcast days. But Cole is in town, and he's going to be a guest on the show with us. We're very excited to have you
What
here,
are you
Cole.
done for?
My wedding is...
Congratulations.
yeah. I was going to try and keep my personal life out of it.
No, we have to front and center.
We got to
I got my wedding coming up here this week. Very excited about that as well. Don't let my monotonous voice fool you. I am actually very excited for it. But we are excited to have you here, Cole. Cheers to you being on the show. We are back in the garage as well, guys. We decided to get back into our typical space here. It's not too hot. I mean, it's warm in here. But
it's only 82. It's not 92.
It's not 100 degrees, so it's bearable to sit in here. But we are excited to bring you guys another episode, as always. Cole, it is tradition on this show whenever we have a guest that they kick off the episode with their hot spot. So I know you wanted to go in a little bit on on a specific team of yours. Cole is from Oregon, everybody.
Yeah, I'm from Oregon. I live in Salem, so obviously I'm a big Blazers fan. And I'm not gonna lie, this past weekend I got real excited when my boy Damian Lillard tweeted out, or a Photoshop picture of him and Kevin Durant, both in the Blazers uniforms. I got so pumped. I was ready for it. I was like, let's go. Yeah, Kyrie's leaving. It's all good. We're going to get Kevin Durant because he's going to ask for a trade. It's a great time to be a Blazers fan. But, of course, as a Blazers fan, it doesn't work out.
It doesn't go that way,
It doesn't go that way. And looks like KD's going to stay. And apparently Dame's just going to solo it with... I guess a discount version of C.J. McCollum and Hart and the new kid they got out of Kentucky. So we're gonna see how it goes. I mean, they're standing pat with Nurkic and all the roster. Basically, they're not gonna do anything, which is typical Blazers fashion. We're just gonna hold stat and be a crappy team and hope that Damian Lillard can carry us to the playoffs.
Who did they draft? Is it that Braun?
No, it's the kid. It's like Sharp. Something Sharp, like Shannon Sharp.
Shandonen
Sharp. Yeah, he's a guard out of Kentucky, but he didn't even actually play for Kentucky. He was injured the whole season. So
nice.
He's like a potential. I guess he was like a McDonald's All-American player and stuff. Apparently he's athletic and allegedly can shoot, but we'll see how that translates to the NBA.
I think he was the 7th pick in his recruiting class when he was a high schooler.
Yeah.
But then didn't want to play at Kentucky because he was worried he was going to get hurt and then lose out on a contract.
Well, hey, he still got drafted, so I guess it worked, right?
Must have been.
And does he get the championship ring for Kentucky winning?
I don't know.
What?
Or I'm not Kansas one. I'm sorry.
Kansas
I was thinking.
yeah.
I'm like,
This
dude,
whole
what are you
time I was
talking about?
picturing Kansas.
No,
My
it's
bad.
Kentucky.
It's like, where the hell?
Never mind.
What?
Now my Braun question sounds even dumber because this whole time I was just picturing.
No, you're too deep in. Just ask the question now. You gotta ask it.
Did I have a question?
You said the LeBron question.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Did you say LeBron?
Yeah.
He said Braun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I said, was it the Braun kid? But it's because my mind, I pictured Kansas.
Oh, never mind. I think you said LeBron.
No.
Oh.
Where the hell are you coming from? What the?
Came in
what
Jack's
is,
getting
what is,
there about?
what is happening? We drink alcohol for the first time in like 2 months, and you guys freaking lose it.
No, it's an honest mistake. Kentucky, Kansas, both blue. Both
Yeah.
good.
No, I'm okay with that. Not Braun to LeBron.
LeBron, dude. There's 2 letters off. All right.
It's just a let away from me.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, that seems like the Trailblazers fashion there for you, Cole. Just not do enough
Hey, they could get Zach LaVine. You know, he's still technically a free agent.
until he signs his
Reports
max
are he's
contract.
going to sign a
which-
max contract.
But we'll
with
get
the
we'll
Bulls.
get that. we'll
Isn't
get
he from
into
the
that.
Northwest? LaVine?
No, I think he's from LA. I thought he's.
I
from
think he
Southern-
lives in the
I thought he was
Northwest,
from
though.
Southern California, and he went to UCLA.
Because when he did the like horse competition, he was at his house, and I think it's in like Oregon or something.
Oh, I'm not aware of that. I don't know.
Oh no.
I'll look it up right now. How's that?
Yeah, do that. I want to pick my hot spot
All right,
because it's
go
not
for it.
related to sports, and then hopefully it ties back in.
All right.
I was at
He's
the
from
soc-
Washington.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
Nice. Good call there, bud.
I know basketball. I don't know anything else. But what I do know is I was at the Sox game on Saturday. First of all, amazing bobblehead. Eloy and
Oh, did you
Luis.
get it?
Yeah. Luis
Nice.
Robert in one.
It was a cool bobblehead.
Stupid thing though, I still think it's stupid about the Sox Park is you can't if you're in the 500 level, you can't walk on the concourse. We weren't, but
No,
you just
it
can't
is-
walk around the park.
They really do like.
They segregate you.
You're with the slums.
It's like it's
I
like
know.
you can't afford to be in the outfield. I'm like that's kind of stupid. But my thing is the ballpark hot dog, at least in Chicago, has been ruined. $7.50 for just a regular hot dog.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're like
Ridiculous.
so we get
The
there.
price of
My
food at a venue.
my
now.
dad starts with the nacho helmet, $20, ton of nachos. We've all seen it. We've mostly probably all have eaten it. It's a great deal. I got like loaded fries for like 12, but I'm like, you used to go to a baseball game, hot dog and a beer is like what you wanted.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm not going to spend $7.50 for a hot dog when I can get $10 and get twice as much food. I can get a rib platter which comes with fries for $13.75, $15.75. I'm like, that's way more food than 2 hot dogs. But they're trying to pass over here. Like,
I always get a brat when I go to the.
see,
Sox.
my brother always goes brat or a Polish.
I get the brat.
Yeah, you gotta
every
get
time.
grilled
I usually get
onions
2
all over it.
jumbo brats too, and I just scarf them down.
Yeah, but it's like
So they're just good. Brats
something
are
like
good, man.
okay, so Chicago, you can go brat and Polish and kind of like satisfy like the hot dog style kind of food, but it's like I don't know where
Wait, do
Cole
you go
where you
grilled
are if
onions
like
or no
hot
grilled
dogs are
onions?
also, but it's
Oh,
like
always with the onions.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't
Really
been
good.
to.
Because I don't waste my time putting
There's no,
condiments.
there's no
Yeah.
baseball out in Oregon, but I have been to a couple Blazers game, and yeah, it's like $7 for we get the big slice of pizza as the thing to get at the Moda Center, and then it's actually not bad.
Does it come with
It's-
weed?
No, you would think being in Oregon,
it is
but
under your
but it
seat
doesn't.
when you
Yeah.
show up.
Your
It's just-
season ticket holder, they give you like a 20 some like 5 milligram edibles. And
No, everybody smokes out in the parking lot and then comes in. Okay, that's why when you're walking into the stadium, you get a contact high. Yeah, no, but we usually get that. And then the nice thing about that stadium is it's $8 for a beer, which is a lot for a beer, but it's the giant, huge 48-ounce tall boys.
I feel like that's
So
not a lot
it's
for a
worth
beer.
it.
It's not a lot.
Yeah,
for
no,
a beer.
that's not a lot. Dude.
I go
It's like-
downtown, I get
You
one
shut-
bottle
you-
of
you
Miller Lite,
shut
and
the hell
it's
up right now.
$11.
That is not a lot for a beer at all. You go and like
Gosh.
want to look at the beer at a baseball game here, and it's $12. It's an extra $1 to actually get the beer.
I spent so we all bought our separate food, my brother, my dad, and me. I spent $26.50 on a. It was a healthy portion of loaded fries, and one beer. Where I'm like,
The loaded fries are good there. I will
yeah.
say.
The only problem with
Really?
mine was they were cold. Like they were like the fries were just sitting out, and they just put the
Ah.
cheese on top.
Ah.
And I was like,
yeah.
that just ruins it. Like
it
they're
comes
not.
with the bacon though, and it's legit bacon they throw on there.
Yeah,
which
it is.
nice.
It was
It's
good.
not like they just take the bacon, like the McCormick bacon bits, and just go.
Dude,
"Oh,
I-
you're good.
I
Next.
honestly have not been to the G Spot at all this year.
We'll have to
You
go.
gotta get there. It's cooler than.
We'll have to
regular.
go. We'll buy the bleachers, the 2 beers, and bleacher seats for $27.
Yeah, bleachers and brews.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to go to the
want
Goose Island
yeah.
section because it's
Whoa.
the Miller Lite Landing,
yeah,
whatever.
Not the Goose Island anymore, all right?
Tickets are probably going to be cheap because the White Sox suck ass. So
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
they continue to underachieve. Their ticket prices are going to get cheaper. We'll make it out there for the Miller Lite Landing.
True.
It's a cool spot to chill and watch a game. You get space and everything. No, but I do agree, Nick. Food is like outrageous.
But it's like I don't even care if food is expensive because like you go to like everyone has their like, you know, their specialty food item that's like more expensive.
Yeah.
But a hot dog for $7.50, I'm just like, there's no point to
It
get a
doesn't
hot dog.
come with anything on it. It's just a hot dog.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
put your own
and then you
condiments
put
on
everything
it.
else on it.
And you know they're making $7 profit off of that.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
it's
Are
a
you
it's,
kidding me?
it's a ballpark Frank shoved into a Love and Fresh hot dog bun from Aldi.
Yeah.
That thing costs 85 cents to make.
And then it just
Yeah.
gets wrapped in tinfoil and sits in like a steamer thing, and that's you're like, here's your.
Oh,
I mean,
better
it's
question
nice.
though.
It's still good.
Something I will
I'll
say,
go around the-
I've never
I'll go
been
around the
able to
circles.
make a hot dog the same as how it comes from a.
Do
a
you
ballpark.
prefer
I will be
steamed
honest.
hot dogs or grilled hot dogs at home? At a ballpark, obviously they're going to be steamed. But like at home, do you put them on the stovetop in water or do you put them on the grill?
For a hot dog, I prefer it steamed. A brat, I would prefer grilled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
going
I
right
just-
Well, they
I-
steam
I
the
always
brats
go grilled.
at ball
Really?
games as well. Yeah, they're all steamed. They all come out of the same thing. They don't grill them.
I guess that's true.
They grill the onions that you put on the brat. So I
Well,
always
that's-
get the grilled onions on.
Yeah,
it.
That's so
dude, the
good.
grilling is
But no,
amazing.
I don't know. I prefer just like the steamed hot dog with like the soft bun.
Yeah.
I can't really tell you why. Something about I'm just not as big of a fan of a char on the hot dog.
See, I like the crunch more than the snap of the steam at home. So I'm throwing it down the grill.
I mean, this Whittingham Meats sells like those massive hot dogs. Those you have to grill because they're huge. They're like this.
That's a thick boy.
They're huge. They're very good hot dogs, all 100% beef kosher hot dogs. So for the Jewish people out there, you can eat them as well.
Sponsor us, please. That would be great.
But no,
I would eat so many hot dogs on this. I would get
if
so
it's
large.
if it's like a bit, if it's like thicker, then yeah, grill it. But if it's like we're talking like a thin like Vienna,
talking about ballpark Frank.
yeah,
Like, just
ballpark
classic.
Frank or whatever, just steam it. I'm cool with that
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
personally.
I like the grill. I don't know why.
To each their own, Nick. To each their own.
Yeah,
But put mustard,
Burger?
put ketchup on it, whatever you want. I
I,
don't care.
Burgers
I,
have to be
I don't
grilled.
even wait at ballparks.
Well-
I don't even waste my time putting.
All right,
condiments on
Yeah,
anything. I'm like,
Bobby.
I'm
Of
just
course,
gonna eat it
burgers
plain.
have to be grilled.
All right,
Because I don't want to deal with like trying to squirt the thing. Like,
All right,
Yeah.
charbroiled burgers.
what about them?
Do you like them or hate them?
I think they're okay. Are we talking about the brand or like?
No, I'm saying like Portillo's. Like,
Yes, I prefer them like that.
yeah, like hands down Portillo's.
As
like,
opposed
my
to
favorite.
what, the meat press that comes out of McDonald's?
I'm saying like Culver's, like or.
Oh, well,
Wendy's.
you can't. Okay, there's so many different ways to compare a burger. I like every form of burger. Charbroiled is very good.
Yeah.
That's
like-
why I used to like Burger King. Now Burger King just sucks. But
Yeah, it does, man.
I mean, I'm not picky when it comes to a burger. I do like smash burgers though.
Retro
'cause They
burger
have like a nice
in Crestwood.
crunch.
Yeah.
They get a good crust.
Yeah.
Great
dude.
burger.
Oh,
Great burger. Retro burger on Cicero.
I keep needing to get there. I keep forgetting.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so good.
They have like weird ass hours.
They're not open on Fridays anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go there after golf. I don't know, or before golf.
Yeah,
we'll go there
honestly.
one of these days. I've never had it. I want to try it.
It's worth it, man.
Get one for Cole.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Food prices are getting a little outrageous at ballparks. That's why the Falcons do it right and keep it cheap. But we'll move on to the next hotspot here. You hear about it all the time, so we'll be very brief here. But Shohei Ohtani is just an animal,
Yes, he is.
freak of nature, like talent. There's no other way to put it. The dude is just a stud.
Yeah.
And I know there's the rumor that he wants to leave the Angels. I hope it's true. And if I am any GM in the league, I am just offering whatever they want for Shohei.
Dude, if he goes to the Yankees though,
Nah, no way.
that's gonna be just terrible.
No, he should go to the Giants. It's close. There's direct flights to Tokyo. It works out great.
The White Sox should just give everything for him.
He's slightly closer to Tokyo in LA. Just a little bit.
Pretty sure there's direct flights from LA to Tokyo. Cole, I don't.
Oh, probably. He's probably also from Seattle.
Personally,
too.
I wouldn't want to go to San Francisco
Why not?
because
No, that'd be sick though.
what, they
A
got
lefty
bridge?
hitter?
Okay,
A
cool.
lefty
So-
hitter just launching balls in the
And
Cubby
who wants to
Cove.
eat fish soup.
Exactly.
All right?
Yeah, I don't want fish
Yeah,
stew.
cool. Did you ever live in San Francisco?
I've never lived there, but I.
Are they
Visit
known for
there
their
every-
fish stew?
No, they're not known for their fish.
Then why
stew.
does it show up on Google as the
What are they
first
known
thing?
for? What's their
I don't
staple
know.
food item?
Uh,
Other than sniffing their
staple-
farts out of a wine glass.
That's
a South Park reference. No one gets it.
Yeah,
They're
I-
known for
okay, that was
And they drive the
their
Prius.
sourdough breads are really big, and so the Ghirardelli chocolates they're big on the chocolate, but
What-
mostly the San
Yeah, I'm
Francisco
still
the
taking the
sourdough
Boston
bread.
cream pie over fish.
No,
stew.
it's baked beans
I'm still
versus
taking
fish
the
stew.
baked beans
Yeah,
over fish stew.
like with the
or
ground beef
over
and all
sourdough
everything.
bread.
A guy said garlic fries.
But also even if it was fish stew, Ohani's from Japan. Okay, it probably is right up his alley.
That's true. He might like fish stew.
He might. I don't know. Fish stew sounds gross.
I bet you he wants to be somewhere on the coast where he can get fresh fish though.
You can get
That's
really nice freshwater fish over here.
Yeah,
Get
some
some nice
bass.
cod.
Some nice bass.
Eat
I
some
don't-
cod.
I don't trust fish in the state of
Dude,
Illinois.
I don't trust anything in the
dish
state of
pizza?
Illinois.
Need I
Deep
say
dish
more?
pizza,
All right.
Chinatown,
Chicago
Japantown.
dog, Portillo's. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, don't put the Portillo.
Dude, Portillo's is
Portillo's is below average for me.
burger.
Below average.
Or Italian beef.
Yeah,
Cole, you were
Italian
creaming your pants for an Italian beef this week.
I do love a good Italian beef. Italian
See,
beefs are the way
but
to
still
go.
Pops is better than
but
Portillo's.
Yeah, if I want an Italian beef, I'm going to
prefer
Pops,
Bona.
not
I get
Portillo's.
Bona.
I do like bone of beef, but like
Bona's my favorite beef place.
My mom gets those like things that you like make it yourself.
Just in the tub and you like put it
Yeah,
in a
Papa
crock pot or
Charlie's?
whatever.
Yeah.
Papa
Bona or
Charlie's.
the Pops ones.
The Bono.
Buena.
Bona.
Bona. Whatever.
Bona
it is.
beef is nice, dude.
Bobby, I'll take you
We
to a
have to
good
just
roast
do a
beef
food
spot.
review
We should.
show one of these days. We talk about food so much. We got
And
all kinds of-
movies.
and movies. We got all kinds of stuff we got to do. But
Tune
that's
in.
my hotspot. Just a quick little shout out to Shohei for just being an absolute animal.
True. Mine's gonna be about a pitching prospect, Ben Joyce. I didn't know this, but apparently he threw 105.5 mile per hour fastball, and that is faster than every single pitcher in the MLB except for who?
Aroldis Chapman.
Yep. It's the only pitcher that.
When's the last time Aroldis Chapman's hit that speed?
2016.
A little while.
Then he's on the
Yeah.
Reds.
Yeah. So it's been a minute. So this guy's gonna be a stud.
We'll see.
This dude's a righty too. I've always
Yeah.
I've always looked at a righty as more of a power pitcher and the lefty more crafty.
So
like,
lefties usually have that crazy. They almost always have a crazy slider or curveball.
Yeah.
well, I'm just used to like Bobby Jenks is the guy who just threw it hard, and I was like used to just a
He threw it down
righty.
the rope. But remember when Bobby Jenks hitting 100 was like, holy smokes, this guy throws
Yeah.
fast. And now like 70% of the starting pitchers in the league top out at about 100.
Well, now starters throw 100. You're like, eh.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Starters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just heard pitchers.
And
Maybe
there's,
maybe I forgot to say starters.
Like you got people hitting like 102. Like
It's just stupid, man.
yeah.
Brewstar Gratterall,
Michael Kopech.
Michael Kopech.
He'll,
When he wants to. When
he'll
he
touch.
wants
He'll
to.
touch 100 every once in a while.
The thing about Kopech, what I love about his pitching style is he'll start a game hitting like 93, 94, and then he'll just decide in one at bat. He goes, all right, you're going to face 99 mile an hour fastballs here. And it like he throws his four seam. It's like it's like two different pitches because when he wants to throw it hard and he adds an extra like 5 miles per hour, it's just like, what?
You're scaring Cole with fast pitcher talk. He's used to Tim Lincecum, Barry Zito, and Madison Bumgarner, who would top out at 93 miles per hour.
Hey,
Tim
they
Lincecum?
still get him out. Okay.
No, I know Tim Lincecum was a goat.
Yeah, dude, he was a
He was very good. His career
From,
just
like-
kind of abruptly ended.
Yeah.
He had like a 5-year peak, and then just
Yeah, he was like, he was
Nosedived.
all over everything for baseball, and then
he won
Yes.
2 Cy Youngs, and then just boom.
Hey,
off the cliff.
twice as many as
Do you
Arrieta.
remember MLB 2K
No.
09?
I didn't play 2K.
It was amazing.
Tim Lincecum was the cover athlete.
Yeah, dude, he was a beast.
Want to know what has always bothered me though is how much of like pansy Madison Bumgarner is.
Hey,
Such a sensitive
Hey.
little boy.
how?
What do you mean? He listen. He's very good. You can't deny he's sensitive though.
I
He's
don't
very
know
old
how
school.
He's sensitive. He's old school. He's quiet. He doesn't talk.
He is not quiet. He is
He's
not
pretty quiet. He doesn't do many interviews. He doesn't.
Okay, yes, quiet
Rock
in
the
terms of
boat,
his media and everything, but the dude is so.
He
quick
never
to chirp at
celebrates like
people.
on the field, but like
Yeah.
off the field, he
I
is.
hate Madison Bumgarner as I hate his
I
personality.
just love that he crashed his ATV and then tried to like blame it on like an earlier pitching
All I'm
issue
saying-
from like early spring training. You're like, dude, you just posted on your Twitter that you crashed your ATV. Like
Yeah.
you clearly dislocated your shoulder from that and not from pitching.
Yeah.
I
He's a country boy
I
from
love
North
watching
Carolina.
players pimp home runs off of him so much.
I love watching him hit homers off of opposing pitchers.
I do
Yeah,
miss
he's
that.
not very good out in Arizona though.
Well, because he can't hit anymore.
Can't hit and he can't
apparently
really pitch.
he's a big target to be traded at the deadline.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how
Bring
much.
him back home,
I
Giants.
don't know
Bring
how
him
much
back
of a
home.
market's going to.
Hey, the Sox like taking lefty pitchers that are past their prime. They'll probably take them.
I'm not going to root. I will actively root against him every time he takes the mound.
Just root for a win, but like 13-10.
No, I want them. If they traded for him, I'd want them to lose.
Wow.
Yeah, but
I'd just be like,
there's
you know what?
another one, man.
I want him to
Johnny
lose.
Cueto.
I like the Johnny Cueto. I'm liking Johnny Cueto so far.
Yeah, but they're talking about trading him before the deadline.
Oh, of course they would. They're done on the year. The Sox have given up.
Yeah.
They've
'Cause they
officially
suck.
given up. I really do. I believe that Rick Hahn is like just not going to do anything because this is him showing Jerry Reinsdorf why Jerry Reinsdorf needs to not be involved in any actual decisions.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows La Russa was the pick for Reinsdorf, and Rick Hahn didn't want to hire him, but it was like, too bad. I'm gonna pull the whole I'm the owner of the team card on you.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Rick Hahn's like, all right, cool, we're gonna let this team like not reach its potential because F you, Jerry.
Hiring a 105-year-old criminal to be your manager.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hiring the crypt creeper out there.
Yeah.
You really.
Gosh, they start like the mound visit timer, and like by the time Tony La Russa gets out to the mound, they're already coming out. They're like, you got to break this up. Tony's like, I just got here.
It's like, yeah, so your pitcher should be throwing his warm-up pitches already.
Did you see that TikTok video of him like running? Like it was like warning, like content, like blah blah, and then you just see him running down the field. It's disgusting.
I hate Tony La Russa.
My
so
favorite's
much.
when Abreu gets hit in the face and Tony runs out there. Those last year, just waddling.
But we'll talk about the MLB a little
Yeah.
bit later on in the show. Let's get into the NBA here. The draft just happened. Cole kind of hinted at it. The shock pick. Did you have what's his face? Is it Banchero?
Banchero.
Did you have him going first?
I did because Jabari Smith came out of nowhere. Like, okay, Auburn was good, but everyone knows that Duke is like the top. Like Duke, Kentucky, like those are your two schools you pick from. Maybe North Carolina if they're really good.
Yeah.
And it was just like Jabari Smith like just got a hot streak. It was kind of like the Trey Lance, Mac Jones, where they kind of flipped around. But it's like you already knew Trevor Lawrence was going 1. I thought Chet was going number 1, and then all of a sudden they threw Jabari Smith out there, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be Pablo Banchero because
Paolo.
Yeah,
because
Paolo.
Duke or Mike Krzyzewski came out like 2 weeks ago and said that he was one of the best players he's ever coached, and for him to say that when he's been the USA head coach for so many years, it was like, okay, any GM that heard that, it would be
just-
stupid not to.
Paolo Banchero.
Even if he turns out to be a bust, if Krzyzewski says he's the best player he's coached, worth it to be the number 1 overall pick. So I had him going 1, and then the Thunder like a tall, skinny kid. And
they
Chet,
like stick bugs over
Dude,
there in
I
OKC.
just can't fathom that a 7-foot tall person is 195 pounds.
I weigh more than him,
Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
He only weighs like 15 pounds more than me.
and he's a foot taller than
Yeah,
me.
he's a foot taller than me.
What, a foot and 7 inches?
like that
What,
kid's
5'5"
gonna
to
just get
7'1"?
murdered in the paint.
Oh, he needs to bulk up or he's gonna have a very short career in the NBA.
Yeah.
But
If-
I'd rather have the problem of having to bulk up than having to have to constantly cut weight like Zion over there at the Pelicans. Like that man just can't keep the pounds off.
Well, yeah.
Well, he's tempted by all that gumbo.
Apparently,
That
he's eating too
gumbo
much of
over
it.
there in New Orleans.
I mean, he hasn't played in a year either.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I can see them like in a couple of years. I hope it doesn't happen because I like Zion. I think he's good for basketball. But like Eddie Lacy, when he got like
Oh, dude,
Oh, when they
cheeseburger,
put
Eddie?
like into his
Cheeseburger,
contract,
Eddie.
like you have to be this weight, otherwise.
oh yeah, and then like
you
2 years
miss out
later
on a
you saw him. He
bonus.
was like 400 pounds. Like I could
Dude,
see Zion like if he gets hurt
I
again.
don't understand. How the fuck are you a professional running back and you literally eat yourself out of the NFL? Like,
Work ethic, man.
Yeah.
For me, it's a little bit like
Dedication to your craft.
that
If-
would only happen to a Packers.
if that happens in the
All
NBA
cheese
though,
that they get over there in Wisconsin.
like Lacy to Zion would be out of the league faster because he never had to jump. You just run through people, and the bigger you get, you might be okay for 50 pounds or whatever. But if Zion gets 50 pounds heavier, he's going to be less explosive, and
he's
that's
already less. Dude,
Yeah.
his
He's
he
also
can't
gonna
explode. His
destroy
knees
his
explode.
knees and ankles.
oh, yeah. And shoes.
And
Like
shoes.
he's just like he's a freak athlete and everything, but the dude needs to hire a nutritionist or something.
I mean,
man.
yeah, exactly.
the only thing I like about the Chet signing and the Thunder fans should be happy with is I don't know if you guys ever seen Chris Anderson when he was like before he was Birdman, he was just Chris Anderson and had no tattoos. He was a stick of a guy,
Really?
and now he's freaking jacked. So
Oh,
it's
you
like
can bulk up. Like that's
you
one of
can't
the
you can't
easier-
grow to 7'1", but you can put
Yeah,
on
that's
30 pounds.
That's one of the
muscle.
easier things
Yeah.
to do is bulk up. Like the thing is, will he? He's really young. He's what, 18 or 19?
I think he just turned 19.
Just turned 19. So I mean, he's got plenty of time to bulk up.
Yeah,
It's just you would have liked to see him bulk up a little bit in his 1 year at Gonzaga too.
Yeah.
Obviously, not like a massive like bulk, but the dude went from looking like a stick bug to looking like a stick bug with longer hair.
Well, I think
That's
he was.
pretty much it.
I think he was.
and a little scruffy stubble. on
I think
his
he was
chin.
182 when they weighed him for preseason for Gonzaga. Now he's 195.
Okay, so he's bulked up a little bit more.
So if he puts on another 13 pounds before the season starts, that'll help a little bit.
he's got a bulk.
He's
up
still
a
getting
little.
run over by LeBron and Russell Westbrook constantly.
He's
but-
getting run over by most players at his current weight. He's also got to not flop because he flopped a lot at Gonzaga.
Oh,
yeah, he flops, man, which is aggravating to watch.
But
As
he
a
is-
sports fan, I hate flopping.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is he's very Mo Bamba similar. Like Mo Bamba is a little bit bigger, but Chet can shoot the three, so it's like he won't be just a liability on offense like Mo Bamba was, where it's like you're just getting bodied in the post constantly.
True. Hey, as long as a big man that can shoot that 3-ball, man.
So the Bulls need.
There's no way the mic picked up that statement, Bobby.
That's all right. Whatever.
That's okay. Bobby doesn't
This
need that.
Bobby's lead back whispering right now. Like no one's gonna hear that.
Bobby's like, I'll wait for them to react. If it's a good comment, then I'll say it louder. But if it's not, I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Sorry, we'll just put it up in that exact spot, and then they'll hear it. We're good.
All right, Bobby, I want your thoughts. Dalen Terry, Bulls, 18th pick. Give me a grade.
Like, why do we need another guard? No offense, it wasn't the wasn't the fancy pick that we all wanted.
It's the 18th overall pick.
Yeah, but you should get a big man.
Yeah,
You need a backup big man.
Yeah, like you need a fucking big man. You don't need another guard. All right,
I like the pick personally. I'm giving it a B.
that's because you like Arizona, man.
It's not even that. He fits what they need. The Bulls are so they have a lot of guards. Kobe White's not going to be on the team next year. I'm willing to bet he's traded. Let's not act like Ayo DeSumo is going to be a starter. Okay, like let's.
Well, no, they already have their starting five.
No, I know, but the problem is they need defense on the team. They have everyone that wants the ball in their hand. He plays a different style. He doesn't need to have it go through him on offense. He's got all the measurables you want. His job is to be a defensive player. That's it. They need defensive players though, because right now they have Patrick Williams. That's the only defensive player on their team.
I get
Lonzo
that.
Ball is really good defense. So is Alex Caruso.
Sure, Caruso comes off the bench, but I'm just saying, like,
Right now,
they don't need offense. They need complementary players.
well, they need a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Right now, for the Bulls pick as of right now, I have it as a D+. If they're able to get Rudy Gobert and re-sign Zach LaVine, I'll move it up to a B because then it helps.
It's
but-
fine.
Wait, you think the Bulls are going to make a move for Gobert?
Yeah,
There's a lot of rumors that they're pursuing him.
Oh, I was unaware of these rumors.
because that was my whole thing is they need a big man and a shooter.
They do.
Because when Lonzo comes back, the shooter's really not that important. But they still need a backup big man because Tristan Thompson is not good enough.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to see them trade down to like 23 or 24 and got EJ Liddell from Ohio State.
I mean, Dalen Terry in college, granted he didn't shoot a ton, but he did have almost 50% field goal percentage from three.
I'm not bashing on the pick. I'm just saying I would have liked to seen a big man that was competent or something.
I think it's a perfectly fine pick. Dude,
Like-
6'8" with a 7'1"
like
wingspan.
Like sitting at where they did, but like they could have been aggressive. They could have traded Kobe White. They could have tried and move up or trade down but sitting.
They did fine. I give it a B.
I'll be with you if they get Gobert, but
When-
if they don't fix their big man problem, then it doesn't matter what they picked because it's still going to be
when it comes to any sports draft, you have to remember the odds of you picking a guy who's going to be a franchise player is really slim. You're talking there's maybe 3 guys in every draft that is truly franchise-changing caliber. So this idea that with your wherever you're picking, it has to be like a franchise-altering player, that's not true. Like you have to get over that notion with every sport. So you need to pick guys that can contribute where you need them to contribute. The Bulls need extra help on defense. They went and got a good defensive guy who can hustle and play both sides of the court. Sure, he's not a big man, but he's got the measurables you want for a guy whose job is to play defense.
But if Tristan Thompson is being put out there, I don't like it.
They still have an entire offseason. I'm not worried at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I have complete faith in Arturo Carnicevas to carry out his plan. But I'll tell you this: the fact that they didn't take a big man, I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to be aggressive for a big man in the offseason.
We'll see.
To me, this helps kind of bring some validity to the Rudy Gobert rumors.
Yeah.
Anthony
Because if they went and
Davis.
drafted a big man in the first round, you can kiss goodbye. You can kiss that idea goodbye of pursuing Gobert.
Yeah.
So they went and took another guard. Guess what? Now you have guards that are trade pieces. Kobe White, I think, is a pretty solid trade piece. He's an interesting player to a lot of teams. He has a lot of professional basketball in him, and he's still only like 23, 24.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of options. They're going to be aggressive for a big man. I'm not worried about it at all. Really, I'm not.
Fair enough, but
Just saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
They would have been,
There's not a sexy pick at 18th overall.
but they could have been aggressive and tried to trade up.
Yeah.
They've already
Kofi Coburn.
they've
Literally
made-
cock it is in his name. That's a sexy pick.
That's
a sexy-ass pick.
They've made plenty of trades and been plenty aggressive with draft picks and stuff.
Did you just let Johnny Juzang go undrafted and let the Utah Jazz pick him up?
Well, they didn't have a second round pick, so
I know, but he went undrafted.
Yeah, cool.
just
So
signed-
they could have spent money to send him to their G League for the next 3 years until he goes and plays in Europe.
Don't you dare disrespect Juzang.
you know who else is on the Jazz? Kofi Coburn.
Oh, Cockburn?
Kofi Cockburn, who's gonna probably
Dude, I'm liking the Jazz. You know what? They're making some great moves.
See, but
man.
them getting Coburn also realizes that Gobert is on the outs.
Yeah, see, there's
Well,
they're gonna
they kind of had to pick because Gobert and Mitchell apparently do not like each other.
perfect.
at
So
all.
Rudy Gobert's gonna come and play in Chicago. It's all gonna be good, and then we can all stop whining about the Dalen Terry pick here.
So who
Hey.
picked Nikola Djokovic?
Djokovic.
I
he
don't
literally
know.
has the same name.
Jovic.
Yeah, Jovic.
Djokovic is the tennis player.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
he's one letter away from.
I
All I
don't
know
know.
is that you actually saw him get picked on like Nikola Jokic, which Andrew pointed out in his
He's picked during a
Snapchat.
Taco Bell
Taco Bell commercial in
Are you
second round,
serious?
yeah. Because in the
Yeah.
second round they just play commercials while people are
Yeah, he
picking.
was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. It just came across the bottom of the screen. Denver, Nikola Jokic. Cole, you kind of hinted at this that Kyrie is actually staying in Brooklyn for like
Yes.
a week. It was just, Kyrie wants to leave, so does KD, and then boom, he stays. I feel like with the NBA, it is a sport that is just like filled with nonsense rumors.
Well, I think it was actually legit. I think Kyrie wanted out. I think Kyrie got kind of laughed at and no one wanted him. Allegedly,
'cause he
according
thinks
to
the
Woj,
Earth's
the
flat.
only team that wanted him was the Blazers, or not the Blazers, sorry, the Lakers. The LA Lakers were the only team that was interested in offering a trade package for him. And apparently the Nets were like, no, we're not taking that, because basically it was
It was
Lakers
Westbrook for
wanted to
Irving.
get rid of Westbrook, and they're like, we don't want Westbrook.
No one wants him.
I would take Westbrook, not in the Bulls, but like as a GM, like of a struggling team.
I wouldn't touch him with a 10
The only way I would take Westbrook
you're gonna
is
have
if
so many
I'm,
lawsuits from the stray 3 shots hitting fans.
Well, yeah,
He didn't shoot a lot of
the only way I'm
threes in
taking him
Oklahoma
is
City.
If I have a young,
doesn't matter.
If I have a young
Any
team,
shot.
we're not good, and I'm trying to sell tickets. That's the only reason. I'm not. If
Yeah.
we're trying to win games, I'm not signing.
Orlando Magic, they need Westbrook.
Yeah, they're not trying to.
Not
compete.
anymore.
They're
They
just trying to
get
sell
so
It's like
many
Cole
tickets.
said,
They're
they
perfect.
just want to sell tickets. That's
Yeah,
why
if you just want to sell tickets, he's the perfect player for you.
No,
If
now
you wanna
Orlando-
win, no.
Orlando has Mo Bamba. They have all the guys the Bulls gave them. They have Cole Anthony. They have Paolo Banchero. They're super young. They're ready.
Nobody.
So if you want Westbrook to be your your leading figure in that locker
It's
room,
just, dude, that Lakers team is just.
I think they're kind of screwed. They're
Anthony
just-
Davis said he wants to
they're
come to
screwed.
Chicago. But if they
Let's
give
come
the
on.
if they give the full thing to Levine, they won't be able to get him next year.
Oh yeah,
he's an
he's gonna sign a max contract.
he's an unrestricted free agent next year to Anthony Davis, and he said he wants to play at home at least once in his career.
Although I will say
That would be cool. Have the arguably best center in basketball
I would say,
healthy, when he plays,
when healthy.
At this point, I don't know if I would agree with that because I think the Joker.
Back in the day,
I think the Joker
Yeah,
is better
no,
than
yeah,
Anthony
the
Davis
Joker
now,
is I would take the Joker.
he
over
cemented that one. But
Davis.
and he stays healthy.
Anthony Davis is still real. when he's
Anthony
healthy, he's
Davis!
very good.
Also, Anthony Davis doesn't even want to play center; he wants to play power forward.
Yeah. So what? He'll still.
So
be on
we
the
have
floor.
Rudy Gobert now. So
He'll still be on the floor. It's fine. But
trade Vuk. I would trade Vuk for Anthony Davis.
Did you see how much Russell Westbrook makes on his option?
Yeah, 47.1.
yeah, disgusting amount of money to
That's
be
it.
crap.
I will say that like him and Kyrie both like paid a shit ton of money, kind of overpaid. They are not nearly as overpaid as our boy John.
I was about to
Wall
mention
with
John
that
Wall.
buyout. He took that buyout. He's still getting paid $40 million this season, and he's made
played
like
40 games.
$38 million plus every year of his current contract. These 4
He's
years,
played 40
and he
total
had
games.
one season where he played 42 games, and he hasn't played any games any of the other seasons.
So for 4 years, he's
And-
made about $40 million a year, and he's only played 40 games.
And
That
right
was
now
2
he's
years
getting
ago.
paid in a state that has no income tax. So
Yeah,
Yeah, where did he just sign? Clippers. He
Clipper.
He
no,
just-
yeah,
on the
no,
Clippers
he's
now?
he just signed with
yeah.
the Clippers.
because he was getting paid by
Yesterday.
Houston for a
Houston,
while.
Yeah, he just
but
signed
he gets because of that
buyout. They just-
buyout. He gets that whole chunk of change in cash in the no tax state, and then he's gonna go get his 1.5 or whatever the minimum he's gonna sign
dude,
in.
the
with
contracts in the
Clippers.
NBA are a joke,
Yeah,
man.
it's.
Oh, I think it's
insane.
funny that like those contracts are crazy, but also like, did you guys see how much money Trevor Lawrence lost out because he took his bonus in crypto?
Yeah, he and
Oh,
Odell.
Saquon took their money in cryptocurrencies.
Oh,
They estimated that they lost about like 6 or 7 million in their
That
off
sucks.
of what their yearly
Especially
salary
like
would have been.
Saquon's probably not going to get a second contract, and
Saquon.
and
if he
Lawrence's
does, it's not gonna be
next
big.
contract is
Yeah,
going to
no.
be dependent on.
I'll tell you what, I
how
bet
good he
Saquon's not
plays.
taking the crypto contract next time around.
Probably
Well,
not.
he shouldn't.
What
Yeah,
a
no.
fool, man.
Yeah, man. Crypto is
Volatile. It's a
Yeah.
volatile currency.
It's fake too.
It's all
Technically
fake.
not real.
Yes.
It's a simulation.
But
The world
is a
we
simulation.
did ride Doge to the moon, though, man.
When it hit, we were riding it until we rode that wave.
I
all
mean,
the
I
way
paid
in.
Bobby-
for a whole Vegas vacation.
Bobby
Yeah.
threw his whole like stibby on it pretty much.
No, dude, I put $5 in it when Andrew told me, like,
Oh.
long time
like
ago.
4 or 5 years
Yeah,
ago.
and then finally it hit and I paid for all of Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, so.
Nice.
but no, that was pretty funny.
But
Yeah.
to go back to Cole's point, overpaid between Irving and Westbrook, definitely Westbrook. Because
Oh yeah.
Oh,
if
100%.
Irving plays, he's still good.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't play.
Westbrook's just an absolute liability.
And I mean, wasn't he like fasting during the,
I don't know enough about Kyrie Irving. I just know he's kind of weird.
Yeah, he was like observing Ramadan, and that's during when they were fasting, and I'm pretty sure that's why he played like shit. Against Boston.
Meanwhile, Ennis Cantor's fasting and playing like a beast.
Enos Freedom Cantor.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he changed
Ennis
to
Cantor.
Freedom.
Is it Ennis Cantor Freedom or Ennis Freedom Cantor?
Freedom Cantor.
That's like Maurice. Wait, what's the guy's name? World Peace.
Meta World
Yeah,
Peace.
Meta World Peace.
There you go.
Maurice.
Maurice World Peace.
Oh, talking about Ennis Cantor though, still like Brittany Griner's like a subject right now. Like,
Oh, here we go.
but no, Ennis Cantor. The fact that he still play, like people like were like I can't play or whatever. He was playing when his dad was like, "Hey, Ennis Cantor, if you play in this game, we're gonna kill your dad back in our home state." And he was like, "No, I'm still gonna play even though I'm fasting for Ramadan. I don't care." And I was like, "That's a baller ass move
That's-
to be like, I don't care."
And hey, I've liked Cantor every time he's been on the Blazers. He's played really well for the Blazers.
He's on Blazers now.
He's not now. He was on the Blazers, then got traded like 3 other teams and came back. Both his stints with his Blazers were like the best stints of his career. And I like having him on, but they keep getting rid of him.
He's better than Myers Leonard.
Yeah, almost everybody's better than Myers Leonard.
But Myers Leonard's hands are huge.
Yeah, but
Big hands.
you
He
know,
can like palm 2 basketballs in one hand.
when
puts it between
you're getting injured
one ball
constantly,
here,
you're
another
never
ball here.
producing, and you're a liability on defense.
And using racial slurs playing Twitch video games.
Yeah,
Oh,
it all
that
tends to hurt.
Yeah.
your
Oh
career.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's live on Twitch and gets called by the public relations team for the Heat, and they're like, "Dude, you screwed up big time."
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
And then he was like, "Yeah, my wife's calling me. I could go." And then just turns off his stream.
You shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that.
Well, then especially to say that in Miami, where there's a very large Jewish community, and the owner who is signing your checks is Jewish. It's not a good one to say.
It still baffles me how like out of touch, like just the basketball players and athletes in general just act with like they just like I can say whatever I want because I'm rich, and they're like, oh no wait, actually the people who pay my paycheck care what people think of their organization, so I probably should watch out.
Yeah, just ask the Raiders. They've experienced plenty of that the last year.
Yeah.
They're out of touch with the real world sometimes. The consequences of their decisions and words in this case.
Yeah, that's just society. Once you have enough money, you can just do whatever you want.
We live in
Well,
a
I think it's just
society.
like money goes to your head.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we don't need to get all deep like that.
Yeah, we don't have any money, Bobby. Once
Yeah.
this podcast goes huge,
Yeah, if this podcast gets big, we'll have money. But we don't.
then we could talk about it from the inside.
Yeah, that one we could.
Then we can talk about how it went to our heads too.
Yeah.
We'll go out on Twitch and say something inappropriate, and then we'll be like,
I got
"Guys,
all
I'm
6
so
of these
sorry."
Lambos from knowledge.
From not, I have all of these Lambos, but what I'm most proud of is these 3 new bookshelves I had installed.
that are
Oh,
empty.
I wanted to hit that guy with a wrench. But now let's move on from the NBA here. Let's talk. There was quite the action in the MLB this weekend.
Are we talking about the setup job at the Angels?
Oh, the brawl, the absolute. First off, very entertaining brawl. Like there were some actual punches being thrown. Usually it's just
which is
dudes
not-
shoving each other,
yeah.
going, "Hey, bro, come on, bro." It's like the bro downs from South Park. Come
Yeah.
on, bro,
Yeah.
bro.
We've had 2 of the best brawls I've ever seen in sports outside of hockey. When the Pistons, when that
The Malice of the Palace?
no, the big guy went after LeBron, and we just kept charging at him like 4 or 5 times. I can't think of it.
what's that guy's name?
Stewart is his last name. I can't think of his first name. Isaiah Stewart?
Yeah, I think it is Isaiah Stewart.
Just full charging at LeBron. People are trying to rip him down. He's gushing blood. Like, actually, like, because normally
I
they
forgot about that.
normally they just yell at each other. Like, there's one push, maybe there's a one punch throw, and then it's just yelling. But like that was a brawl, and then freaking the Mariners Angels.
Mariners Angels. There's a lot of I will say Jesse Winker was throwing some. He was getting his licks in. I give him credit
Oh yeah, he was pissed.
Well, Rendon started it with that open hand
with the open hand.
because his right arm's broken.
yeah,
It was a good one. Like that was men being
he
men
will be
right there.
suspended once he returns
Yeah.
off of the IL.
Which is garbage. He got suspended less than Winker. Tell me a guy who's not even playing in the game gets suspended less for throwing the first punch in a brawl.
How many did he get suspended?
5.
5.
He can't sit on the bench for the next 7 games, and then after he comes back next season, or whenever his arm heals, he's out for 5 games. And Winker gets suspended for 7.
Well, he's the instigator.
I just think it's bullshit.
Dude, like, that's
Angels
awesome.
Angels are about to get swept. Who are the 3 people that get kicked out of the game and suspended from the Mariners? Best 3 players that are left because Ty France is now hurt.
Oh. Well,
Julio Rodriguez, J.P. Crawford, and Jesse Winker are all kicked out
So
of the
tell
game.
us how you really feel about this one, Nick, because I just enjoyed watching the brawl. I don't really care
what
about the
happened?
suspensions.
Like, it was just one hit.
So it started like
Yeah, like,
it didn't even start. So I hate the Angels just because I hate the Angels in this situation.
but
The Angels
Mike
hit
Trout.
yeah.
Justin Upton like 9 days ago. High and inside fastball just got away from him. Like not on purpose at all.
Okay.
Mariners just didn't care. They're like, you know what? Clearly you weren't trying to hit him. They were losing like 6-0. Then I think the brawl was Saturday. Maybe it was Sunday. I think the brawl was Sunday.
No,
So-
Saturday.
yeah,
Saturday.
Whatever. The game before, 9th inning, Mariners are up 2. They're pitching to Mike Trout. Mike Trout is just killing the Mariners. Has the most home runs against the Mariners.
Didn't he have 4 straight games with the game-winning home run against the Mariners?
Yeah. He has hit the most.
dead.
He's hit the most home runs against the Mariners than any other player in MLB has hit against one
actually owns
franchise.
The Mariners.
He is dead.
So, the only place you can pitch him where he's not going to home run is up and in. So first pitch up and in gets kind of close to his chin, backs him off the plate a little bit. Next pitch over his head. Angels manager after the game goes, "We're going to remember this and we're going to throw it at your head." Pretty much, like not exact words, but pretty much that's what
Oh,
he said.
that's why he got suspended 10 games.
So, game starts the next day. Angels manager
sense.
pulls his starting pitcher out of the game to put in an opener. Second batter, Julio Rodriguez, right at his face. I was like, Mike Trout just complained, don't throw it at their face, and then you're going to do it. And then second inning, they leave him in so he can throw at Winker because Winker's the leadoff hitter. Throws it at Winker, hits him in the hip. They still don't eject the pitcher. Then Winker gets pissed, like, this is kind of bullshit that you're not throwing him out. And then all the people in the dugout call him a bitch and a pussy. So then he starts walking to him because he's like,
NSFW warning.
oh, sorry, my bad. my bad, I'm sorry. I'm heated about this.
No, I can tell. I can tell.
So-
You're giving
This
us
is
a
unadulterated. This is
a
unfiltered
deep
right
dive in. on
So
it.
then he comes at the bench because like the bench is saying like, how do you get called that and like not react? I'm like, yes, I would never charge a
Adult.
bench.
No, I'm kidding. I'd be pissed.
He never-
I would be
he never
pissed. I would
charged
take
bench, whatever.
exception.
I'll
Are you
give that
kidding
man
me?
credit, dude. He had some fucking balls. Right?
So he
It's like,
runs at the bench, and the first thing he gets a open hand fist to the face.
Yeah, I saw
You're gonna
that.
tell me you're gonna get hit in the face and not throw punches back? So then he throws punches back, and then J.P. Crawford comes out of nowhere and goes like with a flying punch to
The
Rendon's.
Superman quad.
So that
That was a
happened.
legit brawl, man. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
watching it.
The only
was very
the only
good.
thing I still understand is Julio Rodriguez is like in the middle of the brawl. I don't know how he got suspended for so many games. Like I didn't see him do anything.
He
But
got
like
suspended for 2.
I think he got suspended. Is it 2 only?
Yeah, no, only 2.
Oh,
Only
okay.
2 games.
But still, like
for
Hey,
Mariners,
you-
they only got 3 suspended.
You're
For
gonna
the
get
Angels-
suspended if you're in the if you're like.
But everyone was in the
heat
game.
of it. You know what I mean?
Angels, 9 people, mainly coaches
oh yeah.
and relief pitchers.
Well, the funniest thing is
Ryan Tepera.
did you
Yeah,
see,
I don't know. I didn't see him. At
Ryan
all.
Tepera was throwing punches at Winker. That's when JP came in. JP Crawford came in and started throwing punches.
Dude,
at him.
Ryan Tepera just like, all right, I'm in. This is the most alive I've felt in years.
My favorite thing
It's
is
all relief pitchers, man.
Raciel Iglesias was trying to break up the fight the whole time. So then after it ended, he went and sat on the bench, and then all of a sudden the umps are like, "Yeah, we're throwing him out of the game," and that's when he threw the seeds on the field. Because at first I was like, "Why would you like throw stuff in your own dugout and then throw seeds on the field?" Like if you thought the Mariners were the instigators. He didn't do anything and they got thrown out of the game, so I'd be pissed too. So then he freaked out. Now he got suspended for 2 games as well.
And he's pursuing relief pitcher of the year. He's
He's good.
a very good closer. So,
He's good on a
but
really
it's only
shitty
two.
team.
It's only 2 games. I mean,
Yeah.
and for a relief pitcher, like that's really nothing because you can. Sometimes
That's-
you'll just rest for 2 games anyway.
My
so,
my
okay, so
biggest
for 2 games,
complaint.
you're not an option. And when you're the Angels, how often do you need your closer? You're typically not winning. So
That's my
even
biggest
though they beat
complaint
the
about
White Sox
MLB.
yesterday, but,
Is why are you so Winker gets suspended for 7 games. That's 7 games where he can't play.
Yeah,
JP
game
Crawford
punch.
is out for 5 games. He would play in the next 5 games. And same thing with Julio Rodriguez. All the Angels guys, Tepera's not going to play for 3 games. Their starting pitcher opener, not 3 games. He's not going to pitch for 3 games. He just pitched 2 innings. So it's like
Well, I think starters.
starters lose their next start
I
sometimes.
think they lose their starts.
But sometimes they
But I
don't.
guess if this guy's technically like a relief pitcher,
Yeah.
if he's not officially like listed in their rotation, then it's a little different. But for relief pitchers, like suspensions are kind of stupid because really, like they might just not pitch for those X amount of games anyways. Like Ryan Tepera suspended for 3 games. For all you know, it would have gone 3 games without having to use him. It's like okay, essentially, so you got to rest for 3 games.
And they're appealing a suspension. He'll probably pitch the 7th and 8th inning tonight against the Sox, which would
We'll
be a
see.
3-day rest anyway.
I
so
think
they're
the
like,
only
okay,
person who really should who should appeal is Raisel Iglesias.
well, he
'cause like
threw
you said-
seeds on the field, so he gets suspended.
Poor umpire's a little salty. Poor.
Well, no, it's anytime you throw equipment on the field, it's 1 game suspension minimum.
yeah, MLB's dumb. He threw seeds, bro. They spit dip spit on the field.
He also threw.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Did you see how far he threw the gum? He launched that double bubble thing. It was by second base from the dugout. It was a freaking impressive throw.
That man might be closer of the year just from that.
They'd be like, yeah, look at that arm. He made gum go that far.
Well,
Does not have the weight to carry
yeah,
that far.
I will say, like, as for suspensions, that's 3 big hits for the Mariners, and really just
Yeah,
coaches,
garbage. We're trying to make the
relief
playoffs.
pitchers, and
Trying to get first place in the West.
Anthony Rendon.
It's an
who's
intense
already
battle for
injured.
4th place going on right there. The battle
No,
for
it's
the
the
race.
battle
to
for third. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think they're fighting each other to see who's going to be worse. than
Yeah,
the two.
no, it's a close race for third in that division.
Hey, but the Mariners traded for Carlos Santana. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that. I don't really know
Yeah.
what that does for him.
Well, Ty France almost fractured his elbow,
Oh,
So
I didn't
he's
know how
out.
bad his injury was.
so I think he's out. He's on the 30-day, but they don't
Okay.
know how long it's
well,
going to be.
Santana makes sense.
So they got Carlos
You
Santana.
probably didn't have to give up a ton
Santana.
for him.
They have up 2 relief,
yeah, you're fine.
2 relief pitchers from AA.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you look at the Mariners roster, all their I've mentioned it before. Besides Robbie Ray, their starting pitchers are like 12 years old. So
Is Robbie Ray still being a bum?
his pants are still tight, and he still can't pitch.
Okay, yeah. But I figured. But other news, we'll flip it over to other East Coast.
I'll try to calm down.
Harper is having surgery on his left thumb after being hit by a 97 mile per hour fastball.
That one looked like it stung, man.
Yeah.
That really sucks. Ooh,
They're
that's
pretty
not
much
good for
saying
Philly.
He'll be back for opening day next year.
That's it. That's their season.
Like, they're done. That's the one player
He's
who can't
irreplaceable for that team.
do- Yep.
Yeah.
He's irreplaceable for that team in that division.
Also,
Like, if he gets hurt in the NL Central on like the same style team, I think there's still have a chance. But not with the Mets, the Braves, the Marlins. For some reason, are good. They're like, hey, we're just gonna pitch Sandy Alcantara every game.
The Marlins like,
good.
hey, we're really good, like randomly out of nowhere.
but like, also you gotta think this is probably one of the best years he's been having. Also, while being injured, and then this, just done.
He was racing for back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, he was.
It does suck to see it because I've never been like a huge Bryce Harper fan, but he's been I feel like a completely different, like he was really good in Washington, but he like came into his own as a real star in Philly as well.
Definitely.
And I think he's been playing like in Philadelphia. He's been playing his best baseball personally. So
Yeah.
that does suck. And that's a tough one because he is not an easy guy to replace, obviously. So especially in the division, like you mentioned, Nick, that's not good for them. I don't really know. We'll see who they pursue.
Castellanos with the drive.
I mean, there's a deep drive to left field. Castellanos. This will make this a 4-2 ball game.
Bobby
Yeah,
doesn't
Nick.
understand the joke.
Yeah.
I got it.
I understand the joke.
Okay.
I consider myself a man of God.
Man of
There's
faith.
a man of faith, as there's a deep drive into left field from Castellanos that'll make this a 4-2 ball game. I'll be honest, guys, I might never wear this headset again. It's like, there you go, Castellanos.
Yeah, talking about a guy who's not even that wealthy, but still not understanding anything about like the situation he's
Didn't he,
in.
like, oh man, he was calling the people of what city? He was calling them all really, homosexual. Right? That's the
Yeah, I think
announcer,
so,
right?
yeah.
He was just caught on the mic, like
It was
calling
a
all.
hot mic.
It was a hot mic incident where he was calling all the people, and was it L.A.?
No, it was in Kansas City.
He was calling all the fans of Kansas City. He was calling them the
F word.
The F word.
The F word, but like
The
Same thing I go,
three-letter
like-
F word.
people have said that before, but like the way he said it was like
Oh,
it's
it
meant
was
to be
hate-
derogatory.
It
Like
was hateful, man. It was just.
it wasn't
hateful.
like I don't know what this word means in this context. It was like no, I'm going to say this to be.
He's like,
it's going to be.
He's
mean.
like, we're in Kansas City. People hear a bunch of F words, and I'm like, oh man,
Oh, Jesus.
just
Christ.
on the mic saying it.
Jesus.
And then I think he was like, I was unaware that my mic was on. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, that's it for this guy. That career's done.
Yeah, pack your bags. You're
Pack
gone.
your bags. It's over.
You're
for
not
you,
wearing
Chuck.
the headset for anyone.
But that's a tough one. I don't know how Philly's going to replace him. We'll see if they even try.
I don't know. See this list that Bobbert over here put together for trades.
I did.
Yeah, none of these guys are.
He's got Adam Frazier on there. The Mariners just signed him to a contract. They're not trading him. Sorry.
He's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, they're not trading him though.
He's on a 1-year
They're going for first place in the AL
Dude,
West.
he's on
You're
a
gonna
1-year
trade
deal?
your
Yeah,
second
they're gonna
baseman.
trade.
Hey, it's Seattle. How many times has Seattle decided to just up and trade like their up and coming talent for more prospects?
All the time.
Yeah, exactly.
See, Cole
This is my point.
Yeah, see, Cole.
Seattle will just give
Well,
up
Frazier's
randomly
not a
and be like,
prospect.
let's give up everybody.
No, but they'll
Yeah,
just
but he's
trade
still
random
trade value.
pieces that they need, or get Nelson Cruz a year
Maybe
after.
the White Sox can actually do right by them and get Adam Frazier now.
Or maybe they
I don't
do
want
sellers
Eloy.
at the deadline because they suck so much. And
If
get rid
they,
of Cueto.
Bobby has Johnny Cueto on here. If they trade Johnny Cueto, that's it. They're packing it in for the year. Like
Which,
I-
in all honesty, they probably should.
they probably will.
I talked to my brother about this because I mentioned what I said during the podcast. Brandon was not listening when I talked about trading Eloy last time. And I said they should have traded Eloy. And he goes, no, you can't trade Eloy. And I was like, you're telling me before the trade deadline last year in 2021, if the Sox would have traded Eloy for Brian Reynolds, you would not be happy right now. He goes, no, I wouldn't be.
Your brother's a fool.
And I would be like, Brian
Bobby
Reynolds
knows
is
I'm a very big fan of Brian Reynolds.
Dude, and he-
Problem is now Brian Reynolds has cemented himself as untouchable last year.
Well, but now
Oh,
the
yeah.
Pirates are showing that he's still young. He's in his
They have a
20s.
core.
And they're on the right path.
Insane.
And Brian Hayes,
Yep. Keep Brian Hayes.
they don't have
Jake Swinsky.
Jack Sawinski.
Yeah, Jack Swinsky.
Well, I mean, he had a very highlight moment. We don't know what he's going to be long term.
He's from Illinois. We're gonna root for him.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
got to root for him.
Hometown boy. Got
He's our boy.
Jack
Gotta root for
Sawinski.
him, man.
The biggest name on the free agency list that I've seen is Wilson Contreras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so just to be, I'm not being biased because obviously I don't want to see Wilson. Contreras.
He's going to get traded.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's as good as gone.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
I'm glad I did not get his jersey last year.
Yeah.
You got Baez instead.
Yeah, it's true. But I couldn't get his jersey.
He was off the team sooner.
But I was actually remember
He was
I
off the team
I was
before the
trying to
jersey
I was
came
trying
in.
to get it from your guy.
Your boy.
Yeah, I know that one flopped. That
Yeah.
was disappointing.
I know. Actually, I'm happy. I
Yeah.
didn't. I'm wasting money.
Well, the Baez one's kind of wasting money.
It could have been wasted money. He's still on the team right now. What do you mean? Baez is not.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. That's whatever, man.
It was a waste. It was wasted money, anyways.
I think we should really throw this to Cole as the guy with the team that has the best chance of making it to the playoffs as of right now. Are there any guys on this list that you're like, yes, I definitely want the Giants to get? Or are you kind of like, they're pretty solid right now?
Yeah. Good question. Let's
I
hear
don't
it.
know. I mean, I feel like they definitely could use some starting pitching help. I don't think they're going to make any moves offensively, and they've kind of been thriving on offensively, but they're kind of boom or bust because they're kind of mostly power hitters, which is a different thing from like the Giants of the past where it's been more of, hey, we're trying to get on base and we're trying to manufacture runs. Now it's more they're hitting the long ball, but there's definitely been some games where it's been like, geez, you guys gave up 12 home runs to Cincinnati. Like, come on, like. So I think that's the one thing that they should do is they should add depth to that starting rotation. Cueto would be interesting. I don't know if he'd go back to San Francisco
because he was there.
Yeah,
right.
He was there for a couple of years, so I don't know whether or not they bring him back. But if they were gonna make a move at the trade deadline, I would say it should be to pick up some pitching help.
I think the only person that Bobby missed on this list is Frankie Montas from Oakland. He's got to be traded.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I wanted the White Sox to trade for him earlier, and they didn't.
But he's the best starting pitcher out there right now. And with the A's, you can give up the least amount. Because like we talked about last year with Eloy. Like Eloy was such a big giveaway for the Sox. Like, okay, we don't want to do that. But now the Sox give away very small amounts to get Frankie Montas. Same thing with the Giants.
Yeah.
You don't really have to give Oakland that much, and you should be able to get your number one starting pitcher or number two starting pitcher behind whatever that guy's name is.
Logan Webb. Were you shocked? I know Kevin Gossman's been gone for a whole half season now. But were you shocked when he left? Do you think they were going to keep Gossman?
I did. Although I'll be honest, I've been shocked by a lot of the moves that they've made ever since. I forget his name, but he came in to take over after they got rid of Bochy and they got rid of the former GM that had all the World Series, and then they brought in I forget his name.
Gabe Kapler.
Well, Kepler's the manager now, but they brought in what's his name
right.
to like run the team from the Dodgers, and ever since they brought him in, it's kind of been wild cards because the Giants were usually very predictable, and then now they've kind of been very unpredictable. He's super aggressive, so.
But they're also winning a lot.
Yeah, they're also winning a lot.
Yeah.
And like I'll be honest, like last year I did not expect them to. I was like, oh, they're going to be kind of a mediocre team.
All
going
of
to
us,
be like
they
borderline
were
selling at the trade deadline. All of a sudden, I'm like,
why
why are we winning? What?
We said for like 3 months they were just riding a hot streak before we were like maybe the Giants are just good.
I think we started off
But the
with
Brewers are still on a hot streak.
Yeah,
That's it. They're just on a hot
Dude,
streak.
they're just on a hot streak.
Because Bobby,
Yeah.
I think we started the season with Dodgers and Padres were going to be 1-2, and then it was going to be like the rest of that division was going to be like, no one really cares. And all of a sudden the Giants are in first. We're like, yeah, but they're not going to, like, eventually the other
they're
two
going to come
teams
back
are
down
going
to
to
earth. That was the phrase. They're going to come back down to earth.
As a Giants fan, I was like, yeah, they're not going to sustain
This isn't sustainable.
I don't want to see the Dodgers win the division, but
They're probably going to.
it might happen. But then
Close in here. We have 100 wins, and then he's like, but we still might not win the division. It's like I'm pissed,
know.
and I'm also happy.
Yep.
And then you played the Dodgers in the first round.
That was heartbreaking.
That was
bummed.
You got shafted so hard by that one.
Because I thought like how it had gone through the season, I'm like I think we're gonna win. And I that was my only worry. It was like if we get past the Dodgers, like we might be going to the World Series. Like we just have to get past the Dodgers, and then it can be all good. But
It didn't work that way.
Between the Dodgers and the Astros, I can't decide which team I'd not want to play in the playoffs. Both of those teams have so much playoff history where it's like you don't have any worry about your guys not producing because there's like the Sox the last 2 years.
Well,
Dallas Keuchel has been
still
the
gonna
only
choke in the
one that's
playoffs,
played. Well, yeah, Kershaw's going to suck, but everyone else is going to be amazing because their entire starting nine is an all-star team.
Yeah, it's insane.
Now they have Freddie Freeman, those freaking bums.
Yeah, although
I hate the
apparently
Dodgers.
Freeman wasn't happy about going
Yeah,
there.
he fired
his agents. Like I think as of today.
Yeah, he fired them
his
today.
agents
He was
and
pissed.
he's upset. He
With
and
how
he
they
was
handled
crying
free
back
agency.
in Atlanta. Like he wanted to stay in Atlanta.
Well, that's I don't want to say that's his own fault, but he kind of let those people do it. So
Sometimes your agents don't really give you the full story.
Yeah, well, I guess it also had to do with how his agents handled it, and I guess his agents like basically
they made it sound like he was pissed
they
or
made
something.
they made it sound like he wasn't coming back, and so then they pivoted and signed the other first baseman.
Well, yeah, because why wouldn't you get Matt Olson if you know?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get the exact same player who's just slightly less tied to Atlanta, but like almost the exact same stats?
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's a shame.
Still
Well,
irks me.
His return to Atlanta is probably where when he was like, wait a second,
Yeah.
something's not right here.
I'm crying because I want to be here.
And
Who-
they're like,
who
why,
was
they're
it?
like, why are you crying? He goes,
Was it
I didn't
Mookie-
want you guys to move on from me. It's like, we didn't either. And he's like,
Was it
Hold up,
Mookie
what?
Betts or
Rewind.
Trey Turner
Repeat.
like asked him why he was crying, and he was just like, couldn't really give him an answer except for the fact he's like, I miss playing in Atlanta. And it was just like, oh,
Shoot, I don't know, dude.
sad times.
Sad times. It's tough. It's emotional. He got his ring, though. So did Jock. Jocktober, who's
Right.
also doing a pretty good job over there in San Francisco.
You just wait.
He's killing it as long as he's not getting into beefs over fantasy football.
Tommy Phan's such a child, man.
He definitely is.
What a baby.
Jock Peterson is a stud athlete on 29 teams in the MLB. He just sucks on the Cubs, Bobby.
Dude,
Just
fuck
get
that
over
man.
it. Get
Fuck
over
that
it.
man. Like, how are you gonna be the most fucking scrub you could be, all right, and then go and win a World Series? Like,
And be a key contributor in their World Series run.
I don't get it.
Jocktober. He just doesn't like Wrigley because it's a crappy ballpark. That's
It's
what
not
it
a
is.
crappy ballpark, all right.
I've been to several ballparks. That one's it's crappy.
Thank you. Thank you. Wrigley's not that
I
cool.
will say this: I'm not a Sox fan. Okay, I'm a Giants fan.
All right,
Yeah, Wrigley's not that great.
Would
I'm
you
not-
rather go to Wrigley or G Spot?
G-Spot.
The Sox
Very
part.
Guaranteed
cheap.
at Sox
Oh.
Park.
Cole was in
I'm
Chicago
used
and
to
it was
it
scared.
being Comiskey.
Yeah,
and-
US Cellular.
Yeah, no, I'd rather go to Comiskey or US Cellular or
All
whatever
right,
it's called now.
Get him out of the garage. No.
Yeah, get him out of here. Get him out of
No,
here.
dude. I'm not even. I don't even argue
you're
that.
so far away from everything.
I don't even argue
And then
that
the
Sox Park
bathrooms
is
are
like
horrible.
anything special. I just think Wrigley's really not that cool.
I would agree.
It's pretty fucking cool. All right,
It's just, oh yeah, it's over 100 years old, so it's cool now.
dude. They updated. All right, we're going to Wrigley. That's it. All right.
I don't need to. I really.
I'm
don't.
in. I'll
I've
go
been
with you,
there.
Bobby.
Nick's
See,
going.
I've been there
I'd
3
rather-
times.
I'd
I'm
rather
not
go-
buying a ticket, but if you have tickets, I'll go.
See, this is gonna
I'm
really
gonna buy
offend you.
I'm gonna buy you like 400.
I would rather go to the Milwaukee Stadium up in Milwaukee.
Oh, I love Milwaukee.
So- I've been there.
All right,
It's
that's
so
so
much
much
better.
really nice. And they have.
I've been to Seattle Stadium. I'd rather
I really
go to
wanna
that
go to
one.
Seattle.
I've been to the Giants Stadium. Rather go to that one.
Well,
Like,
okay, now we're getting into cool. The Giant Stadium's cool. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
Oracle
Yeah,
Park's
okay,
like
listen,
one of
it's
the
on
best
it's on the ocean.
Yeah.
The bay. We don't need to talk about it.
It's in a cove, actually. It's the Cubby Cove.
Whatever. Shut up.
See,
Yeah, that's the stadium I want to go to next, San Francisco.
it is a very nice stadium.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to sit here and rip Wrigley. I just think it's over.
It just sucks.
it's just complete ass as a ballpark, and it's a terrible experience.
And you pee
No,
into
I just don't-
troughs.
I think
Well,
I think it's overrated. That's really it. Like it's not. It doesn't suck. But
No.
it's just not.
It's just a standard ballpark.
It's,
Like, there's
it's
nothing
really
special.
there's really
I
nothing
just-
about it that makes me go, wow,
Like-
this stadium's
Yeah.
cool.
I just like it, man. It's,
Yeah, good for you.
All right.
You've been a Cubs fan for 7 years.
all right, Andrew. How many times you gotta go? Like, all right. Why
He-
you gonna hate on me? 'cause I'm poor, all right?
growing up. Okay, let's calm down,
Yeah.
Mister. I can afford to go to Sox
I get it.
Yeah, because
I
the
get
Sox were any.
I get it.
The Sox
When
were
we went to
cheap.
Sox games in high school, they were $7.
Yeah, what are you talking?
Hey,
What
I
are you
get it.
talking
I'm
about?
sitting at 500 level. I'm not allowed to go with the common people. All right. I'm just
You were
a
able to
peasant
do that
here.
your whole life until
Hey.
COVID.
Hey, they used to have dollar hot dog nights on Wednesdays, and the fact that they took those away too.
Dude, Sox games used to be like 50 cents a ticket. They would pay you to go.
That's true.
you're gonna come to this game? $5.
They're like,
500 level.
here, if you like us on Facebook, we'll give you 2 free tickets and 2 beers.
That's like the Chris Sale's day. That was like.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear about this whole, I was poor.
That's why I was
Sox
going-
games were always cheap, all right?
But
Because
Cubs games weren't, man. They were never cheap.
No.
That's the point.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you go to a Cubs game, you're dropping at least $150 to $200.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
worth
Well,
it.
also, you
so I
gotta-
could sit in,
you gotta
so I
get-
could sit in
You gotta take the
uncomfortable
train. You
seats
gotta like
and like
drive
not
to
do
Midway
anything
and
fun
take
in
the
the
train
stadium.
in.
Yeah.
It's not worth driving
True.
all that way, so you gotta take the train in and do all that. Like, that's a pain.
At
Exactly.
least I can get good food at Sox Park. That's really all I.
I
care
need to go
about
to
is what
Wrigley to
food
eat
I
the
can
food, so then I can just compare.
All right, fair enough.
Because I haven't been to Wrigley since I was like 11, and then I can get a hot dog for like $4. So it's
I'm
worth
telling
it.
you, it's completely remodeled. It's honestly
Yeah,
not.
I know it's been redone, but we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are.
I went in like 2015. Is it these after
This was, like,
2015?
2 years ago.
Yeah, they
Okay,
remodeled
'cause
it.
Last time
recently.
I went to Wrigley was 2015.
Yeah.
I went to the Crosstown game in 2016.
It's a good year for the Cubs.
I got beer dumped on me.
Where you were in a Sox outfit.
It's the Crosstown game. It's acceptable to be
No,
wearing
yeah, no, I
Sox
know.
stuff there.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah, I got beer. Freaking
Just triggered, man.
19-year-old me gets beer dumped on me by some
Cubs
40,
play the Mariners
by some
anytime soon?
middle-aged woman because Chris
What? I looked
Sale got a base hit, and I said, "Hey, I don't think he's ever gotten a base hit." and this lady said "F you" and dumped her beer on me, and I was like, "What the?"
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's also soured my
Did you
experience
sit
there.
in the bleachers?
Yeah, I was in the bleachers.
Yeah,
It
rough.
was me and one other White Sox.
You
fan.
know how you felt right there?
Yeah.
That's how Baker Mayfield feels right now in Cleveland.
That is absolutely.
If you want a good juxtaposition to how you felt, imagine that, but Baker Mayfield.
That's No, I imagine this guy.
Baker's getting screwed worse than I've ever seen any player get screwed.
I hope
ever.
Deshaun
the
Watson
GM
gets
was just
suspended
like-
forever, and then they're like, "Hey Baker, remember how you
No.
saved
I mean,
our
he
franchise?"
came
and then
out-
he's gonna be like, "Hey, you guys can eat ass and get me out of this."
No,
Oh, he
godforsaken
came out. He
city."
came out today and said, "No, I think we've both moved on. We're both done with each other. Neither side wants to deal with the other. Like
Yeah,
it's mutual. We're done."
Uh,
As kind of his way of being, I'm not playing for them.
Yeah.
Jacoby.
Well, Cleveland came out and said Brissett's a starter if Deshaun Watson gets suspended.
Okay, when?
I hope he
Which
gets
I
When?
don't think it's an
suspended
if.
forever.
I think it's,
Yeah, it's
how
when.
long is he
Yeah.
going to get suspended
Yeah.
for? Which I think Cleveland was anticipating because the rumor was that Miami had been told back last year when Miami was thinking about trading that it was going to be an 8-game suspension, and then it would probably on appeal would be knocked down to 6, basically based off what had happened prior with Ben Roethlisberger and his suspension. And so apparently that's what the Cleveland was thinking when that's why they got Brissett. They're like,
The
yeah,
difference.
we'll have him for 6, maybe 8 games, and we'll be fine. They're a good team, and they figured that they would be okay. They would tread water with him, be 500, and then Deshaun would come back and they'd be fine. But
Yeah,
now they
see.
got him all season.
The difference is that Deshaun Watson's a serial predator and not just
Yeah.
harassed one woman in a bar.
Yeah. This is
24, come on.
Well, they apparently
24. I mean,
Well,
really.
well, no,
come on,
I've
that's-
had less
that's far.
girlfriends than that. That's not that big of a number.
Well, no, but Nick, now there's according to court filings on Monday, there's going to be 6 more filed.
Oh
And then
my!
there's,
So it's gonna put it to 30.
according to the New York Times, that the New York Times verified 66 women who had these massages with him over that 17-month stretch, and they have a 2-year statute of limitation to file their lawsuit.
My question is, there's no way you get a masseuse, and if you don't do anything wrong and she doesn't do anything wrong, you go through 66. Let's just assume that they're doing their job normally and he's not doing anything.
No, this dude's
there's
getting
no
off.
way-
He
there's
definitely
no
is.
way
doubt.
you-
No
He's
doubt.
fighting them on
You get a
Instagram,
new
and some
one.
of them he was flying from
I'm
Atlanta
convinced
and
this
other
dude was,
places
getting
into
off.
Houston.
He's really enjoying his money and power, and he's like, you know what?
It goes
This-
back to
this
the
is-
thing
this is my
about
thing.
people just saying whatever they want when they want to if they're rich. Deshaun Watson's just doing whatever he wants because he has money.
Well, even his
Disgusting.
lawyers said that things happened in the massages.
And a happy ending's not illegal.
And
That's what he said.
Well, I mean,
His lawyer said it's
his
not.
lawyer said a happy ending is not illegal, but then also in
probably
other
what Robert
court filings
Kraft's
and
lawyer
stuff,
said,
they've
too, let's be
alleged
honest.
yeah, things happened, but it was all consensual. Well, if there's 20 plus girls saying, yeah,
It's
that
not.
thing that you said you thought was consensual
some-
obviously wasn't.
At some point, the numbers really kind of say otherwise.
I never like to victim blame or anything, but I just go purely statistical. I think it's because I'm a numbers guy. When it's 3, it's okay, I might be able to believe you that it's 3 people that are lying. But when it's 20, it's that's pretty weird that 25
So
people
there-
are all
there are
lying.
people
Even
that don't know each other
Yeah.
and
it's 25
you're
girls
not
all from the
holding
same
them all
place.
together.
Still a little fishy that it's 25. It's but now it's 66, 30. Holy cow!
He's like, hey, bro.
This man might not ever play in the NFL.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope so too.
And I
Hey.
hope the Browns are just in hell forever because of it.
But my problem more now that I've learned more is I'm more mad with the Browns because they front loaded his contract with only $1 million this year, so they knew he was going to get suspended.
Well, he already got his 40. It was the former it was Bill Polian, the former GM of the Indianapolis Colts, and the former GM of the Packers, who's retired. They both said they looked at the contract. The contract looks like it was written by an agent, and so the theory is that the Browns were told, "Hey, you're out," because he wanted to stay. He's a Southern boy. He wanted to stay in Carolina, Atlanta, something like that. Atlanta's his hometown, so he wanted to stay in Atlanta. And then allegedly the Browns were like, "What will it take?" And the agent wrote the contract. That's why it's 100% guaranteed. It's never been done before. They purposely did
Kirk
it
Cousins
so that
got
he
100%
only got the
guaranteed
million.
contract.
Because he's a
Well, yeah,
stud.
but not 240.
Top 10.
but not $240 million.
Close.
The
You
white
picked-
Dak Prescott.
You picked Jay Cutler over him, all right?
Yes, because I have.
But Jay Cutler's also not in the league, so that doesn't
I have
really
a soft
matter.
spot in my heart.
I know,
Kirk Cousins is a good
For Cuddy,
quarterback.
because
Top
Cuddy
10.
does it. Cuddy does it.
He doesn't. And he'll tell you to get
He's
it.
the white Dak Prescott. Very good season.
No,
Very good.
Prescott is more athletic than Cousins.
Yeah, cool. They have this. They put up like the same numbers every year and then don't win in the playoffs. What else do you need?
Hey,
fair.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, their stats are what matter, and they're pretty
but Dak
much
Prescott
identical.
usually plays six less games than Kirk Cousins because he usually hurt.
Not this past year.
He only had the 1 year he was hurt, where he broke his ankle.
Yeah,
Every
he
other year
snapped
he
his
started
ankle.
every game.
Well,
He did?
no, I
Yeah.
thought the
Kirk
year
Cousins,
before.
dude. Kirk Cousins had crazy. We're not getting into this Kirk Cousins thing right now, but he had crazy good numbers last year.
He
Not-
always has good numbers, though.
Yeah,
but they
they-
never win.
They make the playoffs typically. He took them to an
They make
NFC
the
championship
playoffs every
game.
other year.
He won it.
Dude,
He's
I'm telling you,
he's
this man's
won
gonna
three-
defend Kirk
he's
Cousins
won
till the
3
day he
playoff
dies.
games in his 4 years in Minnesota.
So
all right?
he's a borderline top 10 quarterback.
He
borderline.
is.
I like
He's
that.
like right on the line.
He is number 10.
Listen, at Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins?
Like right now.
Yeah,
right now, I would take Kirk
Well,
Yeah,
Cousins
that's
Cousins,
gonna have
Cousins
to
has done more. I
because
trust
he
him
has
more.
Justin
Kirk-
Jefferson.
All right, now, years down the road, Justin Fields or
Well, yeah, Kirk Cousins in his 30s. I'm not going to take
I think-
40 or
I
higher
think-
fair
Cousins.
enough.
I think Fields potentially has a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
but-
At this point, dude, I don't trust any Bears quarterback that plays. They're going to be horrible.
Yeah, well,
Not because it's his own fault.
no,
well,
I
yeah,
agree
when,
with
when you don't have receivers or running
It's
backs
like-
or no line or
Well,
a
they have
defense
running
now,
backs. They have running backs.
Yeah, we got Monty.
Montgomery,
Monty's-
Khalil
he-
Herbert are very good.
they're okay. They're not.
They're more than okay.
They don't have Ryan
They're
Hall
not
anymore,
Nick
though.
Chubb and Hunt.
They don't need, okay. Let's take the outlier of running back rooms right there and go, well,
Well-
your two running backs aren't the best running back duo in the entire league.
I'm still taking
so.
Dalvin Cook over both of them.
Sure.
I would too. I would take Dalvin Cook and
Sure,
Alex
I'm
Madison.
not
over
saying
any
that
of
these
either.
guys are top
Honestly,
5
I don't
running
think I
backs.
would, because Dalvin Cook is like literally last season was like the only season he stayed healthy for like.
He was hurt
The
last
whole
season.
entire-
I'm taking
Well, I'm saying for most of the year. Like,
I can probably name on I can count on one hand running backs I'm taking over David Montgomery.
Do it right now. I'll name list. You tell me when you would take them or Montgomery.
Yeah, just pull up. Yeah, give me a running
There-
back.
Nick Chubb. No,
Nick
hold
Chubb,
on.
I'm taking.
It's
Nick,
my segment.
I'll
Bobby.
take
Derrick
Nick
Henry.
Chubb. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard over.
No.
So no, neither of those
No,
guys.
I'm taking Montgomery. He's a better receiver.
James
back.
Robinson,
Montgomery.
Elijah Mitchell.
Montgomery.
dude,
You're not even making this difficult.
you're
I'm just
making
going
it
to
hard. You gotta
do
give
the
him a harder one.
Austin Eckler,
Montgomery.
Josh
Najee
Jacobs,
Harris.
Montgomery.
Najee Harris,
Montgomery.
Dalvin
Najee
Cook,
Harris is a rookie. All right.
Dalvin Cook,
Dalvin Cook, I'm taking over Montgomery. So that's 3.
Antonio Gibson.
Montgomery.
Austin Eckler.
I said that.
I still take Montgomery. I like his.
Really?
I like his play. I like Austin Eckler.
Eckler's great in the passing game.
Yeah, Montgomery is too. I
Kareem
like
Hunt.
what?
Kareem Hunt.
I'd take
Montgomery.
I would take David Montgomery over Kareem
I'm
Hunt.
taking Montgomery over him. I like Kareem Hunt too, but I'm taking Montgomery.
There's no other guys that I would even just list.
Yeah, no, like
because-
it's. I don't. I. And that's not even a bias thing. Montgomery is
No, I agree with you.
like just an insane runner. Like
Yeah,
he's
literally,
just
Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb.
the only player in the only running back in the NFL since Montgomery has come into the league that leads the league in more yards after contact is Derrick Henry.
Aaron Jones, though.
Montgomery.
Fair enough.
I'm taking Montgomery because
Still,
Aaron Jones has the benefit of Aaron Rodgers being his
but
quarterback.
still my point stands. There's not talent around.
No,
Bears
there's really
quarterback.
not outside of the running back room and Darnell
Yeah,
Mooney,
like-
and I think
like,
Cole Kmet's
Mo-
going to have a
Mo-
very good year though.
I like the tight end. Mooney's
have- they-
decent, but
they
like
have
that's
some
still not like.
Outside of 4 pieces, they really have nothing else, and
Yeah.
those aren't like. I think Montgomery is
And-
a top 10. I dare I say top 5 running back in terms
Yeah.
of talent.
Well, and now
But
there's
outside
going to
of
be.
Darnell Mooney, they don't have a receiver.
No.
And Cole Kmet is a third year going into his 3rd year as a tight end.
And he has like 7 catches because Matt Nagy would
And
never
Matt
throw him
Nagy
the ball.
never really wanted to use him. So I mean, we'll see it. The book is out on Cole Kmet. There's just so much unproven on that offense.
Yeah, well, and now they got rid of a lot of talent on defense to where now like
They're not going to be a good team. They're going to
there's
suck.
going to be a lot more pressure on.
They're going to suck
offense to
eggs,
be
my
good.
friends. They're going to suck.
I can't wait to see.
Speaking of sucking teams, which NFL team do you think
Bears.
is the furthest away?
Bears,
picking
yeah,
the
Bears.
No, not even close.
Who are you picking as the furthest team away from
Giants, easy.
Man, come
Giants?
on. You're gonna do my boy.
No,
Danny Dimes
get off
like
of the
that.
Danny
All right.
Dimes train.
Danny
how are you
Dimes-
gonna- How are you gonna be? Are you gonna tell me Kirk Cousins isn't a good quarterback and then sit here and defend Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes
How are you gonna
fumbles.
sit there and say
so
with a
much.
straight
Listen,
face that
listen.
Danny Dimes still is a good quarterback? He's ass.
This
All right,
is
he's
your-
I
cheap.
will say he
It's
hasn't been
over.
good. I will say I would like to see him with some decent talent and a decent offensive coordinator.
He has
I think
okay-
He could be decent.
He
but-
has okay talent. He fumbles the ball almost every time he gets hit.
Yeah, he
Saquon
hasn't
Barkley.
had an O-line. His O-line is absolutely
Exactly.
atrocious.
Saquon. Okay,
It
but
don't matter, dude.
the
He's
Bears'
not-
offensive line is bad. So is the Giants.
The Bears'
Saquon
offensive
Barkley's
line is like
knees aren't going to hold
the
up for much
19th
longer.
worst.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that the New York Football Giants have the same training staff that the Chicago White Sox have because literally they can't keep wide receivers healthy for doing their job,
No, they
and
really
the
can't.
White Sox can't keep guys healthy running to first base, which is literally the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
And then your defense, their defense finally is looking pretty decent with the draft. They got
The only-
Kayvon Thibodeau. They
the
got
only thing is, like, yeah, like they did have a.
This
pretty
is the
decent
last
draft.
year for Danny
Although,
Dimes to
speaking
write
of
to
their,
change the
their
story.
crappy
Yeah.
training staff, Thibodeau's injured and hasn't been practicing.
No,
He's
What
been
my whole thing
It's
is,
minor though. It's
I,
minor.
I
Yeah,
watched
he
the
took
Bears
that
from 2016 until last year have a okay-ish quarterback that had to just score 17 points and would probably win half the games, and they couldn't do it.
They couldn't do
The
it.
Giants defense, I would not put on the same level as the Bears defense
No,
as years
no,
past.
No.
And Danny Dimes, as much as it hates me to like, he's not as good as Trubisky was. Like
No,
he
he's
fumbles
not.
the
That's
ball
fair.
more.
That's fair.
He can't throw that well. His wide receivers are about the same.
Let
And
me tell you,
Saquon Barkley,
He has more impressive scrambles though.
no, I
Not
wouldn't
really,
even
no,
say that
Trubisky
because
He was very good
I think
out
that's
of
just because
scrambling.
people don't expect Danny to go running.
Exactly.
That-
he
like
fell
they
down
planned
running
over
with no one
Trubisky.
near him. He was
He
40
tackled
yards.
himself.
I
bro.
take, yeah.
Dude,
I
he
would
was
take Trubisky over him.
If you put
But,
Danny
Danny
Dimes in the
Dimes.
Bears offense system that year, I could say,
Nagy's
okay, he's going
fired
to be.
after a year, bro.
he's-
If that
well,
happens.
No, I'm saying, but Danny Dimes might have a little bit more success. I'm saying the Giants are worse off than the Bears were
Oh, yeah, dude,
a few years
100%
ago.
agree.
So they're not. And Saquon's, I feel like his career on the Giants it's just tanking more and more
Oh, yeah,
because
dude.
it's just
Yeah.
literally his whole career is ruined because of being on the Giants.
yeah, and it's just like
So is Danny Dimes, but I think Danny Dimes just isn't that good.
yeah, I think Danny
Well,
Dimes started.
who do you
I'm
have?
going with Seahawks. Drew Lock
Seahawks?
stinks.
They got Pete Carroll.
Dude,
Drew, come on,
Isn't
Drew
he almost 80?
Yeah, dude.
Drew Lock is gonna put it together. This is his
Yeah.
year.
Hey,
But
they might
he-
get
new
Baker.
scenery.
He's not even going to get the starting job. They keep saying that it's Gino.
Oh my God.
Drew Lock's, come on, dude. He had to replace Paxton Lynch. Do you have any idea how hard that is to do?
It's
Not hard
literally-
at all.
Like the bar is literally so low that you can't get worse, and he made it worse. At any time last year he came in, fumble, pick, like anytime.
So
he
he's
had
a
go-
bum, right?
Yeah, he's a scrub.
But when Danny Dimes does it,
Danny Dimes is on the field though all the time. All right.
yes, he's right.
He didn't lose
Hey,
his starting
hey,
job.
Gino didn't look bad.
Well,
in
it's
those,
Mike
relief
Mike
for,
Glennon
an
is the
injury.
guy behind
Mike
it.
Glennon.
Mike Glennon.
Well, and Jake Fromm, right?
Yeah,
In
Jake
New
Fromm.
York.
Jake Fromm, who did not look good.
No, he didn't.
But to be
That's
fair,
it.
dude, Joe
Mike
Judge
White.
is
Mike
a
White's looking
fucking
good.
idiot and literally lost himself that job.
Also, I will say,
Joe Judge should never
Seattle's
had
in
that
an
job.
impossibly hard division, okay?
Oh, yeah.
That division is stacked. At least with the NFC East, like, any team could win it any year because they all suck every year.
Pretty much. No,
It's not the
listen.
Eagles, man.
Drew Lock.
The only problem I have
This
with
is
like
his
saying
year.
the
He's
saying
gonna throw
that
like 16 touchdowns this year. I'm
Dude,
calling
it's gonna be like fucking pick after pick after pick.
fumble.
Yeah.
His arm's gonna tear.
But you can make an argument that any team in that division with the Seahawks could be technically a non-contender except for the Rams. Except their team's just bad this year. Because like last year, you could even see them being like, okay, they could be just as good as the 49ers last year.
The Seahawks?
Yeah.
Hell no, bro.
You didn't think the 49ers were going to be as good as they were.
Without,
I did.
Without Russell,
With
Wilson?
Jimmy.
No,
G?
I say last year. Now this
Yeah.
year, this year they're down. But if they get a decent quarterback, either through a trade or through the draft, and kind of fill in some of those defensive pieces that they just, I feel like Pete Carroll's always going to bring players that can play. So he's always
Nah,
going
dude.
to.
it's
Seahawks
just
are
that
chalk, man.
offense
It's
is
over.
so uncreative, and then I think every other team in that division is getting better.
They got
Like-
DK Metcalf.
Well, the 49ers are going to be worse if Trey Lance starts.
Well, yeah.
They could be better. He could be good.
What if they only
maybe.
run? What if they only
I'm trying
run?
to talk myself into it. I'm not a Trey Lance believer.
What if they watch Remember the Titans and only run the veer? That's all they do.
Also, he
Plays
Just
doesn't.
pitch it.
11 plays. Just
pitch it
like
1
you know,
yard.
okay,
Here's
give
the
it
thing
time.
is
It
that-
always works.
The Niners will win even if he doesn't have to throw. Like you just give it to Debo, give it
You
to
have
the running backs.
Debo-
give it
Doesn't
to
wanna
Ayuk.
be
You have George
Hey,
Kittle,
here's
Debo,
Kittle.
Elijah Mitchell, and Trey Lance. You can run the wishbone offense.
Yeah,
With those three running
he
backs.
never has to throw the ball.
And
Trey
the one
Lance is
And
gonna
that
be a bust,
defense
man.
is nasty. That
The
defense,
defense is
good.
really good. You know, on Madden I tried to trade for Nick Bosa. There is no trade in which the 49ers accepted it.
They're like,
I
"No,
just
get
took him
outta
after
here."
his contract was up.
Yeah, well, I tried to trade for him, and they're like, "Sorry, we need more." I'm like, "I can't give you more." I'm like, "I've given you everything."
This is my whole team.
See, although my pick is the Atlanta Falcons because
What?
I have that whole defense is just horrible, and there's not even any up and coming talent that I'm excited about on it.
What they have that? Who's their cornerback?
Marcus Mariota.
No,
And you know-
cornerback.
Quarterback.
Corner.
Oh, corner.
I heard quarterback twice. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I was on
I
Cole's page.
I heard quarter.
I assume
Corner.
quarterback just because you said.
Oh, the kid they picked in the draft this year.
No. They have. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look it up.
I can't remember his name. He's that good that we
AJ
don't
Terrell?
remember his name.
Terrell. That's it. He had a really good year.
Okay, you have a decent corner, but there's no their D line's horrible. You
They
can run
have
all over.
Kyle Pitts and Drake London.
Brady Jarrett or
Okay, they have a night. I mean, Ridley's gone, so
Yeah.
he's suspended and then probably gone after this. There's the running back situation. I mean, Cordell Patterson being a running back, it's fine. I like him, but
He's a
not
stud.
great.
Don't you know? Get out. There's no Cordero slander in this garage. None.
And then
None.
I have no belief in the quarterback room.
Well, yeah, it's Mariota and Desmond Ritter.
I think I don't
AJ
believe
Terrell
in-
had a very good year.
I have zero
Like,
belief
he had
in
a very
Desmond
good
Ritter
year.
being good, and I think Mariota's just going to be
I think
end up
Desmond
getting
Ritter
injured
will
and
be
be a
better than
scapegoat.
Trey Lance.
I think so.
no.
Dude, come on.
Trey Lance is more athletic, and he can at least throw a deep ball.
Yeah, but is
I don't think Desmond Ritter can throw it more than 30 yards.
at least he'll get to at least he'll hit his receiver.
Yeah, not if it's more than 30 yards down the field.
He could if he doesn't go more than 30 yards down the field.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
Listen,
it should,
Trey Lance throws some wounded ducks, man.
he throws everything as a knuckleball. Everything's 105 miles an hour, and
just kinda-
you're hoping it's on target.
He's a fluttering.
I admit it, but also here's the thing: is even if Trey Lance is bad, Kyle Shanahan can hide it.
Unless he's so bad that he can't.
I don't think that's the case though, because I think if that were
torn shoulder labrum Jimmy Garoppolo was just so better.
if that were honestly the case, I don't think they would let Jimmy G go.
Has he been let go yet?
They had a trade in place for him, but then Jimmy decided to go get surgery because Jimmy wants to be released and pick his team. Probably to go beeline to the Houston Texans, where he has the.
So if they
connection
keep
with the GM.
if Jimmy Garoppolo is on the team at the start of the season, Trey Lance he's ass.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean he
they're-
already is. But
If Jimmy G's on there week 1 when his contract becomes fully guaranteed, then yeah, that tells you Trey Lance is done, and I don't think Trey Lance is going to start then.
Yeah, he's going to become a running back.
Yeah,
You
Basically.
just plug a guy into the running position, he instantly becomes good.
yeah, in that offense it does work.
Raheem
out.
Mostert. Well,
Yeah.
now it's going to be Miami. Miami's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, but we'll see how that pans out. I don't think Trey Lance is going to be very good. Nick,
I have one more NFL question before I get to my question of the week.
okay, do it.
Cole, how do you think Devin Allen's going to do in Philadelphia? I don't know if because he was an Oregon run. He was first of all he was an Oregon Duck football player.
he was.
Then
he was good.
Then he hurt his knee. Then he goes Oregon Duck hurdler.
Well,
Olympic
he was always-
athlete.
He did both, and then he went to the Olympics. And he just ran the second fastest time in
110
the
hurdles.
ever.
And
Dude's
then
an
signed by the Eagles.
absolute monster. That's actually a really good question because he was actually a very, very good receiver there for Oregon for a couple years. Like he was our number one receiver, and he was legitimately good. He actually has legit ball skills. He's not just a track guy.
Well, he was like
a
a slot guy, right? In
Yeah,
Oregon?
he did slot, and he'd take the top off the defense because no one could keep up
Naturally,
with him.
he's very fast.
So I actually think it could be interesting. I think if he if he gets back in football shape and he gets a connection going with Hurts there, I think he could have a decent little year. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but I could see him putting up 400 receiving yards and catching a few deep bombs, and giving some like Eagles fans some reminiscent highlights that look kind of like Deshaun Jackson back in the day.
I mean, good for him. The bar is very low if he just catches the ball.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Well, he hasn't played
Not
football
AJ Brown.
in like 4 years?
I think it's been like
6.
5 or 6. Yeah, because he was good, but he tore the ACL.
Because he played
And
in.
basically, he made the decision of, I know I could be an Olympic level hurtler. I'm gonna do that instead of risking getting
Gosh.
injured in football.
If I could be that level at one sport, I'd be so happy. But to be an
Right.
Olympic level athlete and possibility of getting in the
Right.
NFL, gosh. Because he played in the college football playoffs against, was it Bama that year or maybe Georgia?
No. It was we beat Winston's Florida State,
Oh, okay.
and he was good. And then we played Ohio State. We lost to Ohio State.
Mhm.
I think he
That
tore,
was a drubbing,
I think
wasn't
he.
it?
I think the
Ohio State is when he tore.
He tore his ACL in the. Him and both Ifo Ekpe-Olumide tore their ACLs
Oh.
in the.
Cole's like Rain Man when it comes to
What a
Oakland
handful
players.
of a mouth,
against
like a
Winston
name
and
right
Florida
there.
State. And then the other receiver for Oregon got suspended for marijuana and DUI.
Stay off
naturally,
the weed.
it's
Josh
Oregon.
Gordon Jr. over here.
Yeah, and so we went into that game with 0 receivers. I remember telling you
You
at
got
lunch
really, you
in
got
high
really
school. I
heated
was
with
like,
me.
we are so screwed, Andrew.
But I won
all
the-
of our receivers are done, and we're screwed. We don't
Yeah, I
have anybody
remember
for
that.
Mario to throw it to.
And then Jameis Winston went first overall.
Yeah, and I lost. What was
what
that?
good
$50 on
times.
that?
It was just 5. It was like 5.
Oh yeah.
50.
We were in high school. We didn't
We were
have
in
a
high
lot of
school,
money.
that's right.
You,
We
you
had that.
adamantly believed that Mariota was going to be the first overall
I
pick.
thought he
was
was
like, no.
going.
I was like, no chance.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, hit us with that question of the week.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, I got a hypothetical question, slightly about what we just talked about. I
Sure.
want to keep it recent.
Sure.
So back when the Jimmy G, Tom Brady whole debacle thing goes down, what if the roles are flipped, where Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft keep Jimmy G, and are like, Tom, we're done with you. We think your career is over. We're done. What do you think happens? Like, I'm not going to say Tom Brady goes to San Francisco, but Jimmy G becomes the starter. And what was that, 2015?
Well, Tom Brady grew up in California, so like
He grew up in San Francisco and he grew up idolizing Joe Montana.
So-
And allegedly he did talk with, apparently he's talked with Kyle and the Niners twice. He talked with them before he ended up signing in Tampa. And allegedly he talked to them again this offseason after his alleged play to go to Miami kind of blew up. And then he was, because Kyle Shanahan and the whole coaching staff didn't go to the combine. And they've always gone to the combine. And apparently Tom Brady was in San Francisco that week. And allegedly, depending on who you talk to, they met up and they talked about him going to San Francisco. So I would have guessed that he would have gone to San Francisco based on
Yeah, I would
his
see
obvious
him in
interest
California somewhere.
in there. Yeah.
So Tom Brady, since the whole Jimmy G thing, has won 2 rings, one with New England and one with Tampa Bay.
Yes.
So does Jimmy G win a ring in New England or no?
No.
So
Probably
he doesn't
not.
win, and then does Tom Brady win 1, 2 in San Francisco, or wherever team he ends up going, or no?
Honestly,
I-
if he was
I
on-
could-
That's
He
such
went
a
to San
that's such a
Francisco.
wide open scenario.
like he could have had 3 rings.
It's hard, but I
It's
legit,
so hard
I
to
think he
even,
would at least get one, if not 2,
try
in
and
San
guess what
Francisco.
would have happened.
Because I think he's better than Jimmy G.
Yeah, well,
And
He
Jimmy
should
G
go, man.
that might
He
be
almost
that
had
might
2
be
Super Bowls.
the safest statement ever made
Yes.
on this.
Put that
on
on-
this. Show.
put
Put that on the
yeah,
hot
but-
take
But
board.
Jimmy G's 1 throw away from winning the Super Bowl if he just hits Emmanuel Sanders for the touchdown.
Yeah,
I
he's
think-
a
I
torn
think
shoulder
Brady makes
labrum
that.
away from taking him to the Super Bowl again this year.
Yeah. So I think that
That's true.
definitely with Brady, like I think with the talent that San Francisco has, and with Kyle Shanahan drawing up plays, yeah, I think he wins at least 1, if not 2. I mean, it's always weird. You never know how the ball's going to bounce. And
Well, plus you never know if he's going to
How
actually.
about the disrespect Jimmy G has gotten though in San Francisco.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just thinking
No,
like Jimmy G
They kind
got.
of they were ass when he's not. They're not good when he's not on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they've also had C.J. Beathard and
Dude, that was the first name in my head.
Yeah.
and what's
Nick
Mullins.
Mullins.
Yeah, Nick
The-
Mullins.
okay,
But
both
they-
of those guys are horrible.
They
Should
did
not
they,
be in the
they,
NFL.
They put up good numbers at least.
Yeah, they put up decent
They
numbers.
just weren't
They
winners
just-
like Jimmy.
Well, they would throw picks and fumble the ball and turn the ball over. That's the one thing I'll give Jimmy G credit for is that he's very good at avoiding costly mistakes. He's your game manager. He's not going to win you the game, but he's not going to make it his fault you lost.
Yeah, they.
So he's the Walmart version of Tom Brady. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
How about the people
He's-
getting mad
he's-
at Jimmy G for that interception at the end of the NFC Championship game when he had to just kind of throw the ball away?
I mean, there was no other option.
Everyone's like, "What is he doing?" I'm like, "What else is he gonna do? Take the sack and the game ends
Yeah.
that way?" Like the game ends
Yes.
on the sack.
Yeah.
Or at least he's come on. He's getting thrown down by Aaron Donald and he's just kind of flinging the ball. Everyone's like, "Of course, such a Jimmy G moment." I'm like, bro. Let's not act for a second here like the game could have
Like you have to
like he had any other choice but to try and get the ball away.
You have to think about the end of the Super Bowl. Like same shit was happening to Joe Burrow. Like
Yeah.
he just didn't pick it. Like
Yeah.
My whole thing when I saw that play, I was like, how did he get that ball out? Like I for sure thought that was just going to be a sack. Like
He's literally getting through put through the spin cycle with Aaron Donald. It's
the
like,
fact that he
yeah.
threw the ball the
I was
right way.
I was like, he actually threw that ball and oh well.
Yeah, that game was kind of over at that
Yeah.
point. The
It's
Rams
like a-
had all the momentum.
Yeah,
And,
it's just but
Aaron
everyone's just
Donald is
like
one
ripping
of the
him for
best
that
players
play.
in
I'm
the
like,
football.
this is the play that we're gonna go.
A Hail Mary past
Be
the
like,
end
this-
zone.
oh, of course, Jimmy G.
Yeah.
He effed it
yeah.
with that one. I'm
No.
like, bro, he was.
If
he
you
was,
were
it's
watching
a
the
sack.
game, there's like 4 other throws he didn't make that ended up getting them off the field and costing
Yeah,
them
I
points.
mean-
like it's the 4 or 5 other incompletions throughout the game that was his costing us the game. Not that final series.
Yeah, but that was the one they really ripped him for. And I'm like, come on, people, let's be realistic
So
here.
hindsight 2022, because that's the year it is. Good move by the Patriots to be like, yeah, we're gonna stick with Tom and not go Jimmy G.
we're gonna ride
Yeah.
it out with Tom.
Definitely the move.
Got them one more Super
I mean,
Bowl.
out of all backup quarterbacks to come out of like a big guy where like the backup gets traded away, he's got to be one of the better ones.
Yeah, Jimmy G's done a good job.
That is true.
I think made a good
He's
career
probably
for
the
himself.
best of all
Better
of them.
than
'cause
Matt Flynn.
The Matt Flynn's or the Matt Castle or
Jacoby
the
Brissett.
million different
Brissett, yeah.
quarterbacks that got churned out of the Eagles for all those years in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody at
Fools.
some point was like, we need a quarterback. Hey, let's call up Andy Reid and see who he's got to back up.
Yeah, but that will probably wrap up this episode for us. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Cole, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you. Always a fun time.
Anytime.
Thank you, everybody, for listening as well. We hope you like what you heard. If you did, please give us a like on our social medias. All of that is on our website, garagetalksports.com. And as always, guys, we will talk to you next week.
See you.
Yep.
Yark.
BR.